Over 26. This is
The Burger Podcast.
This is the Brunch Club.
Over 26. Welcome back to
The mics are closed.
Now, when you watch it, you'll understand. What up? My name is Chaxy, the mastermind, your main guy, the Lord Chaxy, the beautiful Mariah is around, the amazing masters are where the whole gang is around. Episode 371. We are
Mic check.
and we got that sanctuaries in the building.
Hey.
What do you do, man?
Hey.
Yeah.
So nice to finally be here.
know,
I've
right?
been such a fan.
We
For
are
real?
such fans too.
For the longest.
Oh, wow.
The longest. There was even a time
Yeah.
where me and Charlie used to be like, when does mic check drop again? Like,
Oh, wow.
we were such fans.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mwas couldn't make it. He's a bit under the weather.
Yeah.
So he passed his apologies.
Gordies.
Or maybe I'm Mwas, because you've never seen me and Mwas in the same room.
Maybe. Who knows? So why didn't you make it for the earlier episode?
I don't know.
Or you didn't know there was an early episode?
Was there an early episode?
So are you Mwas?
Am I Mwas?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, right now I'm in
Mwas?
this body, so I have no idea what
Okay. Yeah, but I don't know, man. Wait. First things first. Please, someone tell me, The Polygamist. What the hell is going on?
Girl,
What is it?
I've not watched that show. I've refused to watch it. A lot of people have told me to watch it, and I have something called pathological demand avoidance. If you tell me I need to do something, you have guaranteed that I will
That you won't do it.
Okay, don't watch it then.
That's why she had to be
watch.
beaten.
In fact, force me not to
watch.
But let me ask you guys something. Is it like one of those like Tyler Perry things where it's like the suffering of women?
I don't know. I haven't watched it. The thing
I'd
is,
say it's a nice balance. Okay, so let me just give a synopsis without going too deep. So the story is about this guy. His name is Jonasi Gomorrah.
Gomorrah already.
Yeah.
Off to a good start.
Sodom na Gomorrah. Bruh.
Literally.
You are just named to fail. In some areas.
Destiny, bro.
Destined. Doomed.
So this guy is, Liani, his libido is a danger to society.
Wow. He's a menace.
Oh, it's one of those.
Menace is nice. Like, there's Menace, then there's Jonasi Gomorrah. Like, this guy's on a league. Like,
Wow.
when you see men watching a show and even them, they're like this, you know it's bad.
But we saw a bang. Was it a bang or bong?
Egonga is different. Egonga is a league of his own. This
Wait,
one is
Egonga was
very
the guy that
territory.
had all of
Every
the sex tapes.
Yeah.
That's
Each sex tape.
Yeah. Literally.
in the car, in the forest, by the river, in the
one-
office.
Scenes.
Now
Not
this
scenes.
one,
Bruh.
all of them, he has 2-3 wives,
Uh-huh.
a girlfriend and side chicks.
3 wives, a girlfriend
So
and such.
he married this story is twisted. So he was dating this babe.
Right.
He left. Married. So this babe, the one who he was dating first, sees on the newspaper that he's married someone else. He comes back and is like, I want to do a traditional wedding with you, which they do.
I'm so
Traditional wedding.
She comes back only because he's married someone else.
No. So this babe was helping him. M-Pesa, the campus. He's made a life for himself. He sees on the papers that he's gotten married to a babe.
Okay.
So he comes back, trying kumsuka, like, oh, she's like, I saw you got married. He's like, I know, but I made a promise to you, I've also come back to marry you. He actually does a traditional wedding with this babe.
Okay, so this person that was married first, is she aware that the traditional weddings happening?
No.
Of course not.
She doesn't know.
See, it's that thing that you're saying that you have to please make sure you know where your Nairobi
Every
man is on a
weekend is
Saturday. Because
you may be very surprised.
wearing matching outfits with someone else.
You gotta make a small meeting. Mad
meeting.
So then now he's a CEO of a company. There's a babe who's come. This babe was dating his brother.
Okay, so there are 2 babes.
Now, put
Okay.
those 2 babes
The
aside.
2 wives.
Yes.
Okay.
Put those 2 aside.
So now he's Ameomoka.
He has a proper company.
Uh-huh.
P.S. So because he doesn't want the first wife to know, he's told his brother to act as the husband to the second wife. So everybody knows they're married, but they're not.
Wait a minute. So
So everyone thinks this is the brother's
I feel like-
wife,
yes,
but it's
but
ideally
yes,
his
I
wife.
feel like we
his
need a
wife.
whiteboard.
Bruh.
Can we get one? It's a
I
market,
don't know.
please.
It's like, okay.
We proceed. So now he has his own business.
So the brothers are front.
yes,
That's so crazy.
So there's deception happening.
proper.
yeah.
So now the brother's
Schemes.
the COO of the company. He's the CEO. Cool. So now the babe that the brother is dating, she seduces the brother. Now this Jonasi dude, they start
Gomorrah.
dating. Yes, literally Homora. They start dating.
It's Golomora.
We've given him a new nickname, Homora.
Homora.
So they start dating. Everything is going good. She's like, oh, you were supposed to leave your wife. The wife is like an influencer, the first wife. She's an influencer or something. So she's
Oh,
like,
no.
we are not getting divorced. But we've been married for 20 years. If anything, we are renewing our vows.
But what are these vows that you're renewing
Yeah.
that have never been kept for a single? What are these? Also, the men that behave like this, how many hours extra do
That's
they
what
have in their
somebody
day?
said. You be
Bruh.
smashing your wife side, the third wife, side chick,
You still have to-
and girlfriend,
you
and
still have
run
to
a
go to
whole
work.
operation.
Yeah.
My guy.
And still have hobbies.
Yeah, you
It's
still have
mad.
hobbies. You still have friends
Yeah.
that see you regularly. You know,
It's mad.
when people say we all have the same 24 hours, that's a lie.
No, it is
Nah.
true.
We don't all have
We
the same
just don't know
24
how to plan. We have a planning problem.
Hapana.
I'm a poor planner, by the way. Me, but they don't have it in me to cheat.
No, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
I think also there's just jobs that you can't hack if you are this kind of a person.
Oh, for instance.
Because you can't just be an employed 9 to 5 person with a boss and you have time to fuck around at lunchtime, you know.
With a boss and HR.
And HR.
it's
HR,
impossible.
kwanza sana sana HR that saved.
You see, now you can't. Because what are you going
Or
to
the
tell?
ones who work with cucumber water. Yeah.
Girl, I feel like this is a very particular situation that you've been.
Yeah, what is the chance to come water? Yeah.
I feel
If
like
your
this
HR is saved or just has this huge water bottle that is full of fruits.
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, lemon, cucumber, shea seeds. Just know, yeah.
But also, I put chia seeds in my. But it's
Which
also
is good.
It's because I'm 44.
Allowed.
So what does it help on your
Your gut health.
Just good for your gut.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, is there a lot that changes when you get 40s for real? Physically?
Okay. Physically, I've gotten finer.
Ooh.
That part.
Okay.
That part.
No, honestly, I feel like the person I've become in my 40s, I've not noticed that many physical changes. For me, it's more so my mental. Okay, let me tell you, there's a physiological reason. When a woman turns 40, naturally some hormones start reducing,
Yeah.
right? And one of those hormones is estrogen, right? And estrogen is the hormone that makes you a nurturer, that makes you like, so that you don't throw your baby in a latrine or something. It makes you willing to nurture. And that's why also in our nurturing years, that's why I take a lot of nonsense from the niggas. Because we're also trying to be their mama, right? However, because for me, that hormone has started shukaing. When I tell you, I truly do not give a fuck.
You shouldn't.
I gave my final fuck. It's gone. Bye. See you.
Yeah.
It's gone through out that window. It's gone. And I love it. I love it. I love it. Because for the first time, I'm getting to know who I am without the mask of what I'm trying to impress society or the woman I've been trying to be or trying to fit myself in boxes that are safe. So for the first time, I'm meeting myself and damn, I'm such a dope human. And so, and you'll realize that when you interact with a lot of women in their 40s, there's a self-assurance that happens because you've met yourself for the first time when all these like societal masks start falling away. And I think for me, that's why I'm really enjoying this decade.
I love
it's the best decade of my life, honestly.
I love
wow.
that.
So it has been the hardest,
But
also the best,
Okay.
I have to say. Yeah.
What has changed like significantly? Friendships?
Not really, because I think I've been really lucky in my friendships. I keep hearing about friendship dramas in friend groups and I can't relate because...
You're like, hey.
what is that?
I mean, my best friend and I have been friends for 30 years. We met when we were in Form 1. We've been friends. Like, when it comes to my girlfriends, I don't have a problem.
Okay.
I think for me, the changes is how I present myself to the world. I say no so much more easily. No is...
And was that a problem earlier?
Oh, yeah. The people pleasing was heavy, bro. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Like, I was such a people pleaser.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing that anymore. And then also just the desire of spending more time in your own company. So, like, the people who will tell me, oh, let's go hang out this place. And I've never, for the life of me, heard of that place. I understand that also it's the last 2 years I've also been dealing with a lot of grief, and so I've been like keeping to myself.
Yeah.
But then also I feel that self-assurance and that ability of spending time alone is so dope, because once you like yourself, it's very easy also to start like genuinely liking other people.
Yeah.
And you like them for who they are rather than for what they can do for you.
Yeah.
And that is something I'm really liking.
Yeah.
Like I'm also like, even like the way I walked into this space and I met you guys for the first time, really experiencing people without preconceived notions.
Okay.
I don't want to like experience you based on like what I've read or whatever, or what I've... Although I've seen you a couple of times in blankets, you have style, my dream.
Thank you.
So those are the preconceived notions that I've had to do away with. So 40 is a great decade. And I've also had the gentleman saying the same thing. Something happens at 40.
Mariah, I hope you get there. Because Mariah sasa is all those things.
Mariah at 40, if you're like this now at 40, you're going to be... you'll be a menace, my darling.
Mariah, let me tell you, Mariah, there's those preconceived notions you have, plus all those she's added. That's how she meets everyone.
I feel like now I'm a marriage counselor. What has been happening here?
Hey,
what's going on? Allah, girl, Allah. Yeah, so
Mariah ni wale mpaka rumors zote. Huyu sundule mwenye anadinyanga au anadinya viwete.
You see, no, I don't judge you for dinyaring viwetes. They deserve love too. What do you mean?
But specifically, I don't know. I'm like, is that a kink? So I'm like, Mariah, where did you even get that? Like, how does it even...
Do you know the thing about coming on this podcast is that I never know it's going to come out of either one of your mouths.
Unhinged.
Mimi, I'm very hinged. That's a word. Is that a word?
No.
There's no hinged.
There's
you
no
can only
hinged
be
because it doesn't because you're lying.
Oh, but
You're acting like I've never watched this podcast before.
I've changed.
Between now and last week.
Even between now and today morning.
Okay.
No, but we are easy. Imagine tunapiganga tu story.
But see, you guys are in your 30s, and I'm sure you've noticed a difference between like who you are in your 20s and who you are right now in your 30s. Like you've just turned 30, right? And you turned 30.
31,
Yeah, so I'm sure you've noticed a difference even then, like between the way you move now and the way you were moving like in your early 20s, I think.
For me, yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
I'd say yes and no. I feel like it's different aspects of my life is where things have changed. Like, for example, like before I used to be so pressed about relationships. Right now, I'm just so whatever about
You've decentered them.
Bro. And from the root.
In fact, we should decenter men so hard that in fact we should ignore him.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen. I just press the effects whenever I need to.
No, but yeah, and also just in terms of friendship, I feel like right now I'm more of a quality over quantity.
Right.
I really don't mind having one
Fewer
friend
friends,
and just being okay with that one.
What about you? Has your circle shrunk or... Look at me coming on your podcast
Not
and
really.
interviewing you guys.
Let's go.
I think for me it's more on it's clearer the things that matter to me the most and the things that don't.
Yeah.
In my 20s, I was so wild, bro. But so now I'm very chill. I spend most of my time in the house. But also it's partly because of doing what I do as well. But I'm like out on occasion. So socially things have changed for me.
Yeah.
But I know
being a public figure, of course, like your social lives have changed a great deal as well, right?
It's sana. For me, it has.
Yeah.
Initially, and this is maybe in the last 1 year.
Yeah.
Before then, I was just like, fuck
Me, I
it.
can maneuver. If I just change my wig, put on
Mariah
sunglasses, whatnot, people would really know it's me
she
as
does.
compared to him.
You're talking like now a CIA operative.
Mariah can.
If I wear a straight wig and sunglasses, unless you're really
you have a
keen.
very...
conspicuous look.
You're very
like
conspicuous.
you see me once and you know
it's
Chaxy.
him.
Yeah.
By the way, I've always wanted to ask, what does your mom think of your hair?
I wonder what she
From
think of my
heaven.
hair.
Oh,
what
let's
do you think
look
of my hair?
Oh yeah, you're a member of that club, eh?
I'm a member. Welcome to the Orphans Club. You know you are recent.
Okay, I'm not fully an orphan. My mom
Not
is still here,
fully,
but my dad
One
left
leg.
us.
Yeah.
One leg. Oh my God, that is It's dark as fuck. That's the darkest. But I wish you guys could see how everyone's jaw in this room has dropped.
Orphan Kiasi.
I like single Kiasi.
Orphan Kiasi is amazing.
Orphan Kiasi. But that's also that's a tougher part of getting older, that thing of joining that club. But then also, I'm sure you've noticed that humor helps you get through.
I'm missing member,
does.
guys.
Mimi,
My card has not been
But then for
issued
me, it
yet.
took me such a long time even to process everything. So I was very avoidant for many years. And then...
Did that happen like when you're in your 20s or?
No, I lost my parents when I was
Child.
8. Yes, 8. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That sounds hard.
It was hard.
I'm so
But then the thing
sorry.
is, I didn't realize... I knew it was hard, but I didn't... Like, I wasn't sad about it.
Because you were young.
Yeah, but I was very avoidant.
Yeah.
Until probably towards the end of high school is when I became
That's when now it's...
comfortable to even speak about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays we just, like it's...
Uko too.
Kwanza, me and Mwas, but we go back and forth, one for one.
Bar for bar.
Yeah, Mwas pia ni kama wewe tu, single care, anini.
Offer Kiasi. Even me. Because now I like to tell people that because Charlie and I were not fully married, so I can also say I'm widowed Kiasi.
You're widowed Kiasi, actually.
You know, Charlie ghosted me. Literally. I'm saying that because
Charlie,
he would love it.
I know.
He would love that joke so much.
Oh my
Charlie,
God.
those men who go for bread on Friday.
Yeah.
And then
went
people
for the milk.
He went for the milk. So when they ever ask you, I'm here to the man who proposed to me went for milk.
Yeah.
He went for milk. But how is it though for you? Like how you... Because your dad was COVID time?
Yeah, my dad actually died of COVID.
Okay. And you guys were close as well?
Very cool, very close. Like I was a proper daddy's girl. Like to the point where like even the year he died, I still used to like when I go see my folks, go back home to visit,
Your folks.
I'd go and sit on his lap.
Can you still say Fox now? Oh, you mean when he was alive?
My folk.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was just, I mean, it was a hard time because again, him passing from COVID was very sudden. It was really hard. And then by the time, I was getting over it, and then Charlie and I reconnected, and then we fell in love.
Wait, you say reconnected?
Because Charlie and I had known each other for a very long time.
Okay.
Yeah, because, he was always like a celebrity even from the time we were in high school. You know, like St. Mary's used to do these plays, right? And so, I mean, I was... first of all, I was 2 years older than Charlie. By the way, me and younger men is a problem. I need to be released. So if you have a single uncle, please hook me up. And you start dating men with white hair.
How uncle is this uncle? How uncle is this uncle?
As uncle as possible.
Hey,
The uncle
Kuna uncle mwingine anaweza tokea hii venue, you'll say no. So how uncle is this uncle?
Mgani mwenye anafanya nini? Mwenye anatokea hivyo?
No,
you're talking like you have an uncle in mind. Which uncle is this? Which uncle is this you want for me? Anakaaje?
Sure, just twist the mic.
Anakatu uncle. Ushaona ule mtu yenyewe unasema tu yenyewe uni uncle.
But me, by the way, as long as kuna do me, by the way, tunaweza, I can also be auntie. Sina shida mimi.
So money ndo...
Anyone who tells you that is not a consideration is a liar.
Lying. Yeah.
It's a liar. Like, why would I not?
Yeah, I think it's like for women, for dudes, it's the
different,
opposite.
yeah.
So what do you guys look for?
I don't know, man. What do you guys look for? What do you guys look for? You guys who are seriously in the market.
You know
what? I don't know, cause okay, like for instance, I wouldn't be looking for a man in a woman.
You'll be surprised.
Personally,
not you. I'm just saying you'll be surprised.
It's a consideration. You just say anyway.
Because nobody. You don't want a babe who's a constant liability.
Yeah.
Like she's
even
always
for
asking
down
you,
to
Aki
underwears. Like my guy.
Aki babe. When you, as soon as you see her message, you're
You just like, oh,
no,
Lord.
me personally, we also done hata tutadate. Because sasa,
you see?
Because also, where are we even gonna meet? Are we even hanging out in the same places? I don't know. I think nature will.
You'll hang out in the same places, but the bill
Are
is
you
on
dating someone right now? Casey, I have come with my journalism to ask questions.
So for the sake of the podcast, I'm not.
Okay.
No, but I'm not. For the sake of the podcast, I'm not. But I'm not.
Umesikia venye amekuambia if you're watching this podcast ujue for the sake of the podcast I'm date.
Na mulipatana wapi?
Yes, you.
Young lady.
Run for the hills.
I hope you are seeing what we are seeing.
Yeah. And hearing what we
What
are
did you say the
hearing.
guy for the polygamist is called?
Jonasi Gomorrah.
Gomorrah.
Hapana.
Hapana, hiyo tumekataa.
Gomorrah.
Okay, but you said for the sake of this podcast.
Yeah.
So as a single man, for the sake of this podcast,
No,
what are you looking for?
I'm a single man. So I'd say, definitely, I think one thing would be, I'd be more attracted to someone who's driven, regardless of what they're doing. I don't know why, but I just find it so sexy.
You know, you need
when
to
there's
be
just a
clear when
woman
you
who-
say driven, like driven in someone's
Driven in just
car.
whatever they're doing.
Can we be clear?
So let me
She has been driven out
Hey.
of a marital home.
Please, you
Hey,
need to be clear.
someone who's just who has something that they're passionate about.
Okay.
and they're
Yeah,
actively
ambition.
doing it. Ambition, or,
Yeah.
or that kind of drive is what I meant.
Okay.
So that for me, I find attractive.
It's sexy.
It's very sexy to me,
Okay.
bro. Like I'd be just, oh my goodness, she's
I
so
love-
sexy, and it's just because she's just obsessed with whatever she's doing. So that would catch me. Yeah,
Yeah, someone who's like all about her job and she's doing it well is a really sexy thing.
extremely sexy.
And for you now I'm asking you as a babe, what do you find sexy?
Just
What,
money.
I mean, that's
Mariah is just
money na dissolution.
Mariah's sex is the currency.
Exactly. If you have,
Can I tell you,
if you have
the
dollars,
shillings
good.
is
If
not
you have
very
pounds,
attractive.
even
Yeah.
better.
euros, pounds.
No, but for real, I think I just like a man also who's just like about your business.
Yeah.
I don't like to be smothered with, small talk. Like, me, your business is what you're like, guy, ajaniongelesha the whole day.
Does he even love me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
But am I weird?
I'm not you
For me-
just
for
don't
me,
have
that's
things
like,
that are happening in your life. Because I've been attracted to someone and
I
I
have
was
a diagnosis, but we'll talk
Oh, you
about
have?
that later.
Because I've been attracted to someone and I was speaking to them, and then they just sit at home, bro. I'm like, bruh.
Hakuna chenye unadu.
Yani wewe
Acha
hakuna
jifanye
kitu
kwa
unafanya na
laptop.
maisha yako,
Chukua
And then
laptop
to me, I'm just
ujifanye.
like, mimi hapo,
Ngumu.
bro.
Because then
I become too busy
it
now.
starts looking like she's, like you said, a liability,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and Mimi, I think it's just like, personally, you want to tell me like there's nothing that you can just get up and do? Even just, there's nothing that in this life
drives
that is
you.
motivating enough that you can get
Ulimwacha asubuhi, umempata jioni, she's not even changed.
Leo tena, mara, I was like,
At least
wewe
even,
nimekupasta zone. Hata sisi-
at least even put a tripod and make content.
Something.
Do
Read
something,
a,
bro.
fake
You know, do
read a
something.
book.
Yeah, okay, then.
Like,
It can be upside down.
yeah, just even do something.
do a course,
sis.
I don't know, do something. At least I don't know, you've picked up a hobby,
Yeah.
Maybe you're not even making money from it. Because I don't know, maybe you're comfortable, you don't need to make money, I don't know. That's your own
Yeah.
arrangement.
Yeah.
But at least have something that I'd say drives you in a way
Yeah.
you're excited to wake up to. But what do you mean it?
Woka tu.
Unakanga tu? What do you mean unakanga?
I think that's what I found so sexy about Charlie is because he was so passionate about his art, and he was so good at it as well.
Yeah.
So I found that really like sexy.
Yeah.
Someone who was like, even when he was not at work, he was researching, or we'd be watching something and he'd be like, oh, now, like I learned so much about that film, the art of film and the art of television by watching him be so passionate about what he did. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Watching someone like, even though it's passionate about your
Bread.
potato farm,
You know what
which
I mean?
is something that I would be very passionate about.
Yes.
Like potatoes.
What you mean?
Warus, yeah.
What you mean?
But as long as like you're waking up in the morning to find out what has happened to your potatoes overnight,
Yeah.
it's so sexy to
Yeah.
me. So
Even I think
sexy.
even with the relationship, it just helps, bro. So,
Yeah.
I can't be the only one who has exciting
Telling
things
you,
to tell you
yes.
about. Because my
Putting
day
you
is
onto
different,
things.
and I'm putting myself in different positions. Wherever sasa,
Actually, how was your day? The day was the same way it
bro,
was
the day is
yesterday.
always the same.
Yes.
She's an expert at reality TV. Expert.
Yeah,
Love
it comes in handy.
I'm like, bro, there's so much Love Island we can discuss.
There's only so much.
Yeah.
But did you guys want to hear my conspiracy theory
Yes.
about Love
Shoot.
Island?
Uh-huh.
So here's...
Because have you seen there's one of the producing.
Or someone who died.
Yeah, did you see that? Yeah, I saw that today.
Yeah. So my theory is this. You see all this stuff that's been coming out about like what are those things that Diddy was doing? Freak offs.
Yeah.
And then the Epstein things. So I watched last year's Love Island with shock. And I'm a very open-minded.
Kina Olandria na kina nani.
But first of all, Olandria's body is insane.
Bananas.
That ass.
Bananas.
I had nothing straight to say.
What's her name?
Olandria. Stop acting like you've never seen her before.
Yeah. I promise you, he probably hasn't. This one lives
Let me
in his
tell
own
you.
bubble.
If you tell me anything about YouTube.
Just look for Olandria in a bikini. That body. That
yeah.
body. Yes.
Okay.
See the board.
Like, look at the material. Look at the material. Anyway, so I sat down and I watched like a few episodes last year. And so essentially, if you haven't watched Love Island, it's hot singles that are put in a villa in Fiji for the entire summer. And it's like shot Big Brother style, right? And like episodes drop every day?
Every week.
I think it's almost like every day
nowadays.
Yeah.
How many episodes are you shooting to drop daily?
Because I think by the end of Love Island, there's like 40-something episodes.
Okay. And also, if you're filming people's, it's reality. So then you have content every day because they're doing something every day.
Yeah, there's something every day. And then, of course, they have these challenges. So, and as part of those challenges, like there was this challenge I saw where so there's you, there's me, there's her. So you drink milk and then you come and empty the milk from your mouth into my mouth.
Okay.
And then I eat from my mouth into her mouth.
Huh?
Right? And so then I was watching this, and this is like one of the more egregious examples, but most of those things are, like if I'm in the villa, I have kissed everyone, like, and not just kissed, like I have explored the contents of your tonsils with my tongue.
Oh, okay. If that's the case, then yeah.
If you have an infection, I will
Everyone has.
Like if there's patient zero in that villa, that production is getting shut down. It's like everyone, like it's just essentially a summer of everyone exchanging saliva.
Yeah.
Even though like me and him,
that's what Mwasa nasamanga.
You're like,
msa boom akona boom ingine tu hapa.
you know, you look at me like you're waiting for what's wrong. Like he's waiting for the bad part.
I was just wondering.
Epstein files. So
here's the thing. And I'm a very open-minded babe. Yeah. So now we've entered the villa. And so then now we have chemistry. So we've coupled up. But then so a new bombshell has entered the villa. Can we have a chat? So anyway, so now me and you have hooked up, we're sleeping in the same bed, whatever. But in those challenges, so Mariah and someone else are in a couple. But in those challenges, I've made out to exchange. And then now you end. So it's a great deal of, it's essentially like a summer-long orgy.
True.
And so then, if this was on TV, like 15, 20 years ago, everyone would have been up in arms, like, what the hell is this we're watching? But now I feel like we're getting desensitized to things because there's going to be information that comes out about the top 1%. And because we've been watching Love Island for so long,
it won't shock us.
As much. That's my
theory.
I feel
like there's nothing new that is happening in Love Island that wasn't happening 100 years ago.
But it wasn't on TV. We didn't know. It was in people's houses.
Yeah.
People be freaky. Behind
people have been freaky for all these years.
But however...
Even Sodom and Gomorrah that you guys are talking about. they had the original freakos.
But we had the mask of respectability back then. Like we could... it was always behind closed doors.
I think guys just got tired of pretending that things don't exist. You know the way like we all know.
So my conspiracy theory is trash.
I think so.
I feel like you're in the pipeline to something. Yeah.
But I like
two truths can coexist.
I see why you'd think that way. But I'm just telling you, bro. I think we are just getting less patient of not admitting the things that exist in society. So nowadays, you're like, hey, bro. See, we know people smoke. So we're not going to act like Tibangi is what is making people run mad in the streets anymore.
Everyone is smoking up.
You know.
Everyone is lighting up a blunt after work.
Yeah.
Even the most respectable people that you think of are proper stoners. Yeah.
So I think then we're just getting to a society where I think with more information, then people are becoming more comfortable in just being open about who they are. Something like maybe being gay at some point was
shocking.
It was very shocking. Now it's not.
It's not, yeah.
So I don't think it's because there's a plan about anything. I'm just telling you, like, these guys have been doing these things for a long time.
I mean, of course, there's all kinds of fuckery throughout history. I mean, what's the world's oldest profession? It's prostitution.
Prostitution, yeah.
So, I mean, of course, there's always been demand for certain kinds of trickery.
Yeah.
But I think for the longest time, there's been the mask of respectability.
Yeah.
And again, I feel like us millennials are the last generation to have that respectability politics, because Gen Zs have completely rejected respectability. They're doing whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want.
And I think a big part of that is social media as well.
Yeah.
Because previously, there was maybe, say, 4 big companies that control all of media.
Yeah, that's
If you
true.
think about it. And then now everyone is media. If you have your phone, you're
You're a
online.
journalist, yeah.
So I don't have to wait for a program to show on a certain platform. I can just literally shoot it and put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
So then the things that would get kept because a few older people would feel, oh, this is not nice for TV.
Boom.
That layer doesn't
different
exist
platforms.
anymore.
I like that you've introduced that thing of gatekeeping, what people will watch.
Controlling, because that was a big part of media,
Yeah.
But I feel like it still happens now, especially me being a career journalist.
Yeah.
There's still a great deal of manufacturing consent happening. And I feel like, especially when we come, better we've talked about a lot of things in this half hour.
I know.
Because now when we enter like the age that we're in right now with AI, where you can't even trust the things that your own eyes are telling you, right? Because something could be entirely fake.
Yes.
Right? And so this era that we're entering, there has to be such a sense of media literacy. And I've seen, especially in Kenya, it's not there so much. People really believe anything someone says, as long as they have a slightly big platform, or as long as I've said it with an air of confidence.
Yeah.
If I say something with an air of confidence and my sources are, trust me, bro.
Boom.
Yes.
Tomato sauce.
But then, your sauces is from the tomato sauce. But also, I think there's a common trend, especially with Kenya, where we are always like 2-3 years behind the States. So when cancel culture begins in the States, in Kenya, Bado, we are just watching and like, hey, what is this? With the whole Me Too movement. And then 2-3 years later, it comes here then, but it's dying on the other side,
But I don't think cancel culture works at all.
Yeah, but
has anyone ever been successfully cancelled?
Yes.
Who?
What is the name of the director, actor, comedian who's in prison up to date? The older guy.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah, Bill Cosby was completely cancelled.
No, he wasn't cancelled. He was
He
convicted of a crime.
No, but talk about cancel. I think the baby, I feel like the baby has successfully been cancelled.
The
But
baby
then what
lost
did
a lot.
that do?
He's back now and he has a new project, a really
But
good
then what's the
project.
difference between the baby and Lil Baby, please?
Those are two different.
They're different, but they're all babies. And they're all lils. But the reality is, a lot of those new rappers, the lils, I call them the lils.
The lils.
Is that the music sounds the same? I mean, I know the difference because I consume a lot of American culture.
Right.
But I wouldn't tell you 10 Lil Baby songs. But I know what he looks like, and I probably know where he was this weekend.
So which one was cancelled, the baby or Lil Baby?
But he's back with a new album.
Is it?
Yeah,
I didn't
granted.
even know that.
Because they tried to cancel Kanye. Kanye has proved that he's
Uncancelable.
uncancelable.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, but then he lost a lot.
He lost a lot.
Even till now, he can't perform in so many. I mean, the UK denied him entry for wireless. Which other country? There's a bunch of countries, but he's still performing in other countries.
Like,
so he's been cancelled.
I'm sure
He lost his Adidas deal.
if someone announced a Kanye concert in Kenya,
Absolutely.
we'd shut Nairobi down.
Flocking.
Yeah. I think the way I look at cancelling is, I can only cancel you at a very personal level if I was already supporting you. But a lot of what you see online is just what I do.
Performative nonsense.
Virtue signaling, which is, I want to look like I'm part of the gang or part of a cause.
Yeah.
Because what do you mean you're cancelling Mic Check and you don't even watch us? So, okay, we're meant to cancel.
As who?
How does that work?
What are you cancelling?
And also, you don't even tune in. So if you cancel, it changes nothing.
It's like turning down an invite to a bash you were not invited. I'm not coming.
Literally.
Okay.
I know.
Literally.
You know,
Literally.
It's like saying, Rihanna's
like,
firstborn.
sitakuja kwako.
Nimebook
You don't
Rihanna
even know where I
firstborn
stay.
Rihanna. Hata simjui.
It's someone like, or the people that went on social media and said, CIRU MURIUKI is a red thing, I can never date
No,
her. But you were never going to, babes.
Wait.
It was not like that.
Yeah, I
You never
remember
had
that
story where,
conversation.
after Charlie's death, people call me a red thigh woman.
Mm.
And apparently it comes from Kikuyu culture, where when a woman has lost 7 partners in Mfululizo, that's
7.
when she's called red thigh.
7.
It has to be 7.
It has to be 7. I don't know why the number 7 is...
Yeah, but also even you
Why
just
not
losing,
7?
losing 7 people.
Hey, ende ombe kwa mugumo.
Yeah.
It's serious.
So, but it's only after like 7 where a woman is called a red thigh woman.
So you
now
lost
that story,
Charlie
that someone, now there was a woman that went on Twitter
I saw that tweet yesterday, actually. Let me find it.
where they said that she wrote
All your
dated
partners.
she dated when she was in USIU, she dated this
Saliva.
Muindi. No, first of all, me and Vic, we never dated. We were very close and there was a talking stage, but we never dated.
Who's Vic? I'm Hindi.
No, Saliva Vic.
He was he was a radio presenter. He passed away in 2017. We were very good friends. He was Nick Ndeda's Nick Ndeda, the radio presenter. Okay. He's Nick's older brother.
Okay.
Top tier guy, very funny. But in this era of podcasting, Saliva Vic could have been
crazy.
Cookie.
That name sounds familiar, but I don't know.
But he was on, what was this radio station?
Capital FM.
No, not Capital.
Which one?
The one that used to be at Barclays Plaza. What was that radio station?
In town.
1FM.
No, 1FM. 1FM used to be there, yeah.
Yeah, he was on 1FM for a bit, and then he left radio. So that chick said that she dated Saliva Vic, and then also she dated this Muindi when she was in USIU. Me, I was in awe. I was like, when was I in USIU?
Oh, so
I've never been in USIU. I was never a student of USIU. I've never dated an Asian man.
And this is just after Charlie's death?
Yes, people came up with stories.
Yeah, I saw like a bit of speculation, but I mean, I didn't pay much attention. I was just surprised that someone can just die and then that's the first thing you think about to even start a rumor.
I think for me, the most shocking thing for me at that time was, when we were raised, all of us were born in the last century. There's no one here that was born 2000 and Cindy. And so then,
Kunayo pal.
And even Bildad.
I shouldn't even look in that direction. I feel like even looked at you.
Instincts are kicking.
Umevaa sweta. Unajua kuna baridi.
Imagine
2002. Guy, I'm old enough to be your mother. I was 20.
Instincts are kicking.
20.
I know the most messed up thing. These are the ones that are hitting on me the most.
Yeah.
Of course. Naona venye jizo anakuangalia.
There's one that sent me. There's one that sent me.
Sijali unaweza mtuma duka.
Kesi kwako.
Kwanza wewe, you're sitting on that chair and there's a sweater. Ebu vaa hiyo sweater. Kuna baridi sana wewe.
Kesi kwako.
The people that talk to me and first of all, what is wrong with the boys your age? Please explain.
People.
They're very shameless. You boys have no manners.
Yeah, tell us.
Because someone will tell you, come and inform you in great detail the things that they're going to do to you.
Hey. Ojizo, what did you say?
And I was like, you and I'm like, you didn't even see a Moi presidency. Like what are we talking about?
Honestly.
Like you were born during free primary education. That is when you were being born.
That is why they have a lot of courage. Because they're very well educated.
Well educated.
And then socially they have a lot going on. So they're used to just interacting and speaking to people.
There's one that sent me a video because I told him, please, I'm old enough to be your mother. So he sent me this reel where there's a young guy, like he's like getting dressed. Like you can tell post-coital dressing. Where he's getting dressed after sex. And then you can just hear the woman.
That is crazy.
And then the letters on the screen, POV, after she told you I'm old enough to be your mother. I was like, this young man is threatening.
Call the police.
These are threats. I'm going to call the DCI. Because what are you trying to tell me? That is how you leave me. Another one told me, don't play with me, I still have my original knees. I was like, wow!
Attack while defending.
Wow! No.
I love it. This is now what Fena called
Discombobulate.
Yeah, and
Legit.
discombobulate you. That's a threat, bro.
Oh my God.
I have my original knees.
Someone is telling you, I'll put you through the mattress. Through.
Yeah.
Oof.
As in, I'll imagine through the phone.
Honestly, I feel like that one you should give a chance.
Honestly,
just for the experiment,
Just
because
to see.
if someone can
proof is
put
in
it
the pounding.
through the mattress.
Where did you grow up?
Here.
No, which
She was
neighborhood
sitting
did you...
Through the mattress.
Through.
Bruh. Let me tell you, some people I feel like you just give them a chance just because of the audacity.
For the plot.
So mnesema, I go back to that DM and they say, okay,
Uyo,
sawa.
through the mattress.
And then I come back.
Uyo wa the meme. Uyo ndo anafa for
You're the real.
for the plot. Yeah, I'm voting for that one.
Bro, mko farasi.
For the plot. Do it.
Hey!
Do it.
I know these children grew up in the age of the internet, so they have reached the end of Pornhub.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of
They
course.
have seen things that have...
Yeah.
Seen everything, done everything. So they're definitely, a confidence is very different.
You know me, I don't want actually mid-coitus. I'm looking at the sole of my foot. It's here. I'm like, why is my foot... Why am I in such close proximity to my foot?
Listen.
Why is
Mastingo
Do you?
You know when they sing these things?
See jokes.
See jokes.
That's when I find out I can do a split.
Exactly.
Oh, by the way, you ask about physically. Oh, in your 40s, I will tell you, you'll be having the best sex of your life.
For real. So this is when
Nabato, babe.
munahang from muko juu.
Spider-Man.
I'm gonna swing
From the chandelier.
and I will tell you this: the boys that come threatening you,
Yeah.
I will do such and such.
Nothing.
You end up being the doer.
Nothing.
Because here's the thing: you have energy, but who has experience?
Yeah, they don't have like.
But you'll be surprised.
You know,
Hey,
Bildad,
wait, what did he say?
Why you complain?
You see why you complain? Hey, when a young man starts telling you, babe, be easy.
Relax. Yeah.
But another thing is, you definitely, the older you grow, the better the sex. Because I think you just learn a lot of things and then become more comfortable in doing so many things.
And then you're
But
also more
you've learned
comfortable
your body.
asking
as
for
well.
things.
So it becomes easier.
Yeah.
But also, when you were younger, you were still fucking and having a good time.
Yeah, it's not actually okay. No, I was going to say it's not actually we had bad sex, but then I remembered there've been a couple of instances.
Yeah. Go like where?
Why?
You know, I feel like the way people have remedial classes when you're in school, tuition. You know, you had to go for tuition after.
Yeah.
I feel like there's some people who need tuition.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think also, if you
Because
don't...
dead ass, there are people who don't know what they're doing.
No, I think we should start giving
But if
reviews.
they're young people, it's fine.
Like help.
Yeah. Like we need to start having
Someone should
reviews.
get an
He
app for
sweated
that.
in my eye.
Yeah.
0 out of 10. But then one has ever sweated in your eye.
Yeah.
Sweated in your eye. But then also, if you're... Okay, if it's...
This has not
Kuna-
happened to me,
kuna-
but these are
But
stories I've had.
if you-
There's
fucking
a
at
chain
2
that
PM.
kept hitting my forehead though.
A chain.
Yeah. Hey,
But
bro.
sasa, with a whole chain on. You're always...
Jesus is doom. I'm like, hey, God.
Hey, but you're seeing you're karibu kwa double penetration.
Make check after that.
Then it's like, why do you have a Jesus face? Like, my dude, because we are sinning. Why is Jesus on your... Yo! It's in my head. It's like, God. Yeah.
We left there with a print of a crucifix.
Literally. Looking like the first thief. The first...
That one that said,
Jesus, remember me.
Remember me.
Me.
That guy literally, when he
laughed
said
until
I
I'm
shall
sweating.
leave a mark, he meant
Literally.
Wait, I want you to explain. So he was at top
Yes.
and he was wearing the chain.
So, Literally conquer. Jesus was literally knocking in my face.
Like, yeah, Mariah, you enjoying it. But for it to happen a bunch of times.
You didn't stop him.
No, he didn't. She didn't.
You didn't stop him.
I thought it was part of the game, guys.
Nobody can say no.
Literally, when Jesus knocks.
I feel like we're really blaspheming now.
Nah, it's okay.
Small.
It's allowed.
Also, one thing I want to ask you guys: have you noticed a lot of people deconstructing from religion?
Yeah.
What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I'm one of them.
You're a deconstructor.
I'm one of them.
Yeah.
I feel like for the longest time, we were always forced to, whatever you give and take, you don't question,
Yes.
you don't think twice about it.
Yeah.
But now I think I'm grown enough to understand that I should be able, if you want me to believe in something, you should be able to explain it to me. And I'm allowed to pick and choose what I feel works for me and what doesn't. So even altogether, like church, the last time I went to church was 31st of December. But even then, I'm going objectively just because I want to pray. Nilenda. I know I'm going objectively. I'm not going at it because I want to listen to this pastor.
31st.
31st only.
31st.
Yeah, I went to church.
31st me, I was in Accra, deep in the dirty December. Crazy.
He had a chain knocking on
He's dead. Slapping away. God.
Chief Whip.
Chief Whip is great.
Kwanza hiyo pusikati yako.
Hey,
unaweza shikilia kama nduthi. Si ndio?
There's a babe who said that.
Do you remember?
There was a babe who said that in the comments. She was like, oh my gosh, Chaxy, just give me a chance. He said, there's a
right cast saying, I was like, hey.
Kesi kwako.
Yeah. But I think it's just an information thing.
Yeah.
And so I think the more society is getting informed and the more society is getting access to a lot of information, then the more people will definitely question. The more people will make better decisions. And the thing about religion is, if you think about it from the longest, it was this thing that as Africans we were afraid of. It was given to us from a perspective of, if you don't do this, this is going to happen to you. But if you do this, this is going to happen to you. And then it was that thing that was pushed to us as a source of hope. When things are not happening, right, just know that there's
a higher master.
Opiates of the masses, as Karl Marx said.
Now we're like, aye, bro. So this Bible, I can also just have it and read it for myself.
Yeah.
And more people will...
When you read it like objectively, it's a very interesting book. It's interesting.
Economic story. Bruh, like, what do you mean? It does. What do you mean?
Because sit down and read actually the book of Kings. Kings 1, you will read it like a novel. Wow.
Yes, like, bro,
you are doing what?
You mean?
Wow.
What do you mean? There was a big flood and someone just assembled animals in pairs.
And they all entered. Walijileta wenyewe.
Animals ziko Australia zilifika, ziko huko South Africa, zenye ziko huko North, all of them.
Mende zikaingia.
Mende pia mbili. And for the first time, a lion just saw a gazelle and was like,
we can chill. We can chill. For the floods, we can chill.
And for the floods, we can chill. Where watch out, bro?
No, I think for me, because I've also deconstructed heavily, I think also growing up Catholic makes deconstruction a lot more chaotic because
Not easier? Because I grew up Catholic, but okay, I was not a practicing Catholic for a long time.
No, I think for me, because I was a practicing Catholic, went to Catholic school, so it was very chaotic, the process of deconstruction. But also, I've noticed that ex-Catholics are the most staunch ex-Christians. We are very much like...
No.
Why
so?
Because a lot of the things that we were told, when you grow up, they don't make much sense.
For example?
A lot of the dogma, a lot of the ritualistic aspects of Catholicism.
Yeah.
A lot of the things that you're taught to believe, about who is the mother of God, that they pray, you have to pray through her. A lot of things. And then also like even seeing like the politics of the Catholic Church and how they've handled things.
Even the Anglican. I'm originally Anglican.
Yeah.
So,
So, I mean, when you look at things like objectively as a grown-up, and then you start asking yourself as an African, what was taken from us that was now replaced with this religion?
Yeah.
And then now you start understanding why Africans for the longest time, why we feel, even to this day, why we feel so unsettled, why don't, like, if you are to ask people, what is our national value as Kenyans? What is our national value?
We don't have that.
We don't have national values because, like, we have been completely cut off from who we are as people spiritually. And I'm going to bring you now to my next conspiracy theory.
Let's go.
When you think about how, like, during colonization, during that period of conquering and when the colonizers came and, you know, the locals, the native populations were fighting, then of course, inevitably we were defeated because we didn't have guns, right?
Also, they make us believe.
Also they want us to believe because, you know, history is written by the victor.
Yes.
So now, when you look at all of these places across Africa where people were defeated, their bones were taken there. I don't believe that is by chance. There's a spiritual reason behind it.
Okay. What do you think the spiritual reason is?
I truly believe that there's almost like, what's that word? Fuck. You know, one of the
Just
things...
say it in Kikuyu. I understood nothing.
I've asked, I was asking Sasa Nataka to say No, what's that?
What does it
It's not like alchemy. It's like the dark side of alchemy, where they take people's bones to separate you spiritually from your leaders. So that's what I believe, because I've also started looking into, like, traditional forms of worship across Africa, and more so how Kikuyus worship, because those are my people.
How did they worship?
It was a lot of ancestor worship.
Okay.
Like, we believe that death is just like the birth and then you enter this world. Death is just another transition. So the people that have left are still there looking after us. Even the language that we've been given to refer to, like, demons in Kikuyu, like, you had the word goma. Kaiwena goma. You know, like, goma in Kikuyu means like how we were taught to believe, it means demons or the devil. But then when you look deeper, back when we were still worshipping our ancestors, they were called gomi, those who have slept. So even the co-opting of the language of our worship and turning it into something evil. It says something about the systematic and deliberate way that Africans were separated from their spiritual practices. And that made us so much easier to conquer. And that is my conspiracy theory.
Okay. I mean, there's a lot there. I agree with you. I begin with when you say even about our national values.
Yeah.
Bruh, like, I think as a nation, we have to define that. Because even the states, the land of the free, the land of the brave, the land of opportunities, like, they've defined it in a way. You know, the American dream, and they sell it, and that is what people get behind as a nation. Here, what is it?
Yeah, who are we?
Who are we?
Peace, love, and unity.
Which doesn't even exist. Justice.
What is justice?
Bruh. So I think there's a because also the reality is there's been an element of spirituality across humanity. It's just that Christianity came from wherever it came from. Although there's people also that trace it back to Africa, you know, like Jesus' times, because Jesus was never in Europe, as much as described in the Bible. So. But we had our own ways of doing it, which we were told is wrong, is evil, and they actually did a good job in colonizing us.
Yeah, that's the first step.
It was
separate
really
people from the spiritual practices.
Break the family unit.
Yes,
because they knew, because the family unit in Africa was a very integral part of who we were.
Yeah.
They had to break that.
Doesn't look like the way the family unit looks like. I think we've borrowed very westernized ideas of what family is supposed to look like. But back in the day when there's polygamy, also polyandry as well. That is also has been seen in many communities across Africa. How, like, you could have a child and I have a child and we're co-wives and we coexist very well.
Very
and
peacefully.
How if you're in my village and I see your child is misbehaving,
I can punish.
Kuja na chapa and I bring them to you and then you're like, wait, shirali kuchapa. Alafu na chapa. Like that sense of community, even as we're growing up in the 80s and 90s in Nairobi, there was still a sense of community that I feel has been completely lost.
Yeah. kids were a responsibility of the community.
Yeah.
And
Look
so-
at us now.
Yeah, and even the things like polygamy, they were never looked at as scandalous things.
At all.
But then it's the white man who's made everything look scandalous. It was actually a sense of responsibility. That you are, because you have enough, you're able to take care of more.
And then also, isn't it funny how all of the things that, according to religion, the white man taught us were evil. Now they're doing it very openly.
Yeah.
Polygamy was evil. Now they're all in polycules.
Give us this religion that we follow, and then they don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
They have BDSM clubs in former churches.
Oh, yeah.
It's shocking. Yeah. You go to a BDSM club and then you look up at the windows. You're like, wait, those are stained
Yeah.
glass. Wait a minute. This used to be... when I went to Dublin and was in a bar, and you could actually see the pipes of the pipe organ. It was part of the decor. Yeah.
What do you mean pipe organ?
The pipe organs, those old school pipe organs or those old cathedrals for Kitambo.
The Catholic ones.
Yeah, So now there's the pipe organ is part of the decor. That's how you know that. In fact, the bar is called the church bar.
Ooh.
So all these things that they came to tell us, all the things you guys are doing are bad. You should not be doing such and such. So now we've become ultra religious.
Yeah.
And then now they're doing what we used to do.
I think also without introducing Christianity and religion, it was going to be very hard to colonize Africa.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because they really needed it. The divide and conquer. It's true, they really needed it.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, they even got to Adedan Kimathi's.
Can you imagine?
It's so sad, man.
Yeah.
First of all, there's this, I don't know if you know this guy, his name is Kwame Regi.
I know Kwame, the musician.
Yes. So
really powerful guy, man.
so now by the way, if you want to know more about Kikuyu culture, he has this cultural center in Tigoni called Turiamobi. So basically, if you want to learn more about Kikuyu culture, you can go there. I know also there's some people who are doing something with the Luo community as well. And I've seen a lot more people are coming up. Like if you're Kamba, you start digging into the history of the Kamba people, and now a lot of people are digging more into their past. And that's why I'm seeing a lot of deconstruction. That's why I'm seeing a lot of these institutions that have been held up by religion. A lot more people are starting to question them now. And I'm thinking that these institutions are going to fall
with time.
faster than we believe. Because could you have imagined that the United States would be at war with Iran right now and they're at a deadlock?
Bruh. Wait, Trump just announced that they've reached an agreement.
Yeah.
But how many
What is it? How many years?
And then
Not
also
years, months, bro. Okay, years actually.
And then also it's been years because again, Iran has been under embargoes and blockades for the longest time.
Yeah.
And they've still managed to have an economy that's several times bigger than Kenya's.
Bruh.
Several times larger than ours.
I just love that finally someone stood up to the bully, bro. And they didn't back down.
Yeah.
But also remember, Iran is a civilization that goes back more than 6,000 years.
And those guys they are known to be fighters all along.
Yeah.
The Persians have been...
That is a
they've won
whole civilization.
Relentless.
Relentless. You don't play around with a civilization that has been... America has existed for 250 years.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, there's also another conspiracy theory that's going around.
Let's go.
So basically, this is not something that I subscribe to, but it's interesting to note that a lot of the great civilizations start to fall at the 250-year mark. How old is America?
250.
Is that a thing? Which other one?
Like when you look at even the Chinese civilizations, a lot of them used to last 250 years and boom, something happens. Yeah.
But it's hard to ignore the fact that it's a declining civilization. You can tell that it's falling
There's
apart.
something.
You can tell that it's falling apart.
In fact, if Iran just woke up one day and said, actually, to cross this strait, we're going to take the Chinese yuan. Do you know that would be the end of America as a global power?
Bruh, if they said that, and then if us now as the African countries also decided to
we're playing ball.
If we played ball,
That's
it. And that's why also the idea of a unified African currency is so scary to those people.
They would never let someone like Gaddafi think like that.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, okay, even Libya, granted they had their own problems. But what that guy was able to do.
That society was working.
Education was free.
For everybody.
Yeah, including if you wanted to go study abroad.
You'd be paid for.
They'd pay for you. Hospitals.
Free.
Working.
Ukiolewa, you're given a house.
You're given a house.
Yeah.
Yes. Libya was, like, in terms of what they did for the people.
That was what America liberated the Libyan people from.
From,
It really
yeah.
saved them.
Bruh. You know, which reminds me, actually. I was, when the whole Lombachi and BN and Macron visit thing happened.
Yes.
I read your article.
Yeah.
And I love how you drew a lot of perspective into it. I just thought that comparing Ombachi and Dirango was too extreme.
Easy work.
Hey,
Yeah, it was
mpaka nilimaliza nikasema, hey!
No, honestly.
Roaming chef wetu tu huyu mwenyewe.
Yeah, no, that's why I was saying that I was when people are trying to cancel Macron, cancel Ombachi because of doing that video with Macron, and I was like, this is nonsense, first of all, because mse akomboka, all right? And I don't think we are as advanced economically as society where we can expect people to turn down work. We're not there yet. I feel like it's a very selfish thing for me as Shiro in my house to sit down and expect Dennis Ombachi to turn, a father of two, by the way. He has 2 children in this economy.
That we know of.
Yeah, that we know.
Roaming chef.
He might be Romy. Truly. Ombachi, we're joking, Ombachi.
Ameweka wifi na cellular.
Roaming charges. Make a phone call for 500. But yeah, for me, I decided to have a really balanced view of that situation because on the one hand, I understand that economically we're not at the point. It's not America where influencers are making $20,000 per post. We're not there yet.
Yeah.
Even though Ombachi is the biggest influencer in Kenya right now, right?
Yeah.
Again, he was coming off like he had taken an extended period of time.
Yeah.
I assume it was for his mental health. He's been very open about his struggles with his mental, right?
Yeah.
And so then coming off and you've gotten this big gig, expecting him to turn it down is a bit of a stretch, right? However,
and I don't even know whether Ombachi was paid for it. That's the thing. Who knows?
We'll never know.
you'll never know.
I mean, maybe it was just another collab that was exciting for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's really easy for us to sit down in judgment in our homes without knowing people's economic situations. And again, I'm going to repeat, Kenya, we're not economically, and especially in this creative economy that we all exist in, we're not there yet where we can afford to turn down work. The only work I'll turn down is government work. You will never see me working with Ruto. If you see me doing... Just know I'm there against my will. Call the police, call the FBI, call the ICC. Again.
Yeah. Round 2. Yeah.
Maybe the second time's a charm. Who knows?
Who knows?
But I think for me, one of the reasons that I decided to be so balanced is also, on the other hand, people are defending Ombachi saying, oh, you woke cancel culture vultures. And I'm like, first of all, cancel culture, we used to call it something else. We called it shunning. In the modern times, cancel culture doesn't work because, as you said earlier, it's very performative. People want to cancel things that they were never participating in. True. However, the idea of shunning is not new in African communities. And that's why I brought up that issue of Dirango. If you've not read my article, basically, Dirango is the guy who shot Dedan Kimathi. And so he got about the bounty, a share of the bounty on Kimathi's head. And with that money, he went and bought a bus.
Yeah.
When I tell you no one pandered that bus.
Because the community knew what he'd done.
Yeah. No one pandered that bus. It rotted. His kids were bullied in school. So that the idea of shunning and cancel culture is not new. However, how we do it in the modern world is very stupid. Because we want people to behave like we would. Kimathi's, that Dirango was shunned because of an action that had real world consequences to the community around him. Yeah. I'm not going to shun Ombachi for, interacting with Macron because that action does not have real consequences for me. But I feel like right now what is happening with the Wanta movement and the Mandamano is that young Kenyans have essentially cancelled this government. And it's because what this government is doing has real world consequences for our lives, right? We saw the late David Cheque being gunned down outside Parliament and his brain splattered across the road. Yeah. So then that is a real action that we can react to and shun the perpetrators of that action. But when you try and cancel someone for an opinion, that is stupid.
It's very stupid.
Because that opinion is not harming me. However, if you were now to go and interact with the government, and in that interaction, you're selling out other podcasters, then I would have the right to shun you because your actions have real world consequences for other people. So that's why now Kanisa, we've brought it back to cancel culture. Because that in my opinion, that's when cancel culture works.
I think my biggest problem with the whole thing is just in how performative it is. Okay, so a lot of young people have essentially cancelled this government, rightfully so. There's by-elections every couple of months.
Right.
The government is still winning because no one is standing out to vote. Now, when it's time to register as voters, it's going to be the biggest voter block in 2027 if people register to vote, right? We have to force them. Literally, we have to come on this mic and really be like, guys, go register as vote.
Go do this.
And then, okay, so Ombachi will do that and get cancelled, but another influencer will do something else want to get cancelled. So Bien will be cancelled for performing at that concert, but Savara was on that lineup. Costa's on that lineup. So people pick and choose.
Yeah, it's very hypocritical.
Someone will see, a picture with Nani, nothing happens. Brayo Oya will be with George Ruto, and it's okay. So
and then everyone will go to Summertides. Everyone will go to Summertides.
But Summertides is not George Ruto's.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Okay, so I need to take back my hatred for that event.
Yes.
Because I've been sneering. Everyone I see on TikTok, Summertides, I'm like, mandamano fucking.
No, it's not. Summertides those are our homies. It's not George Ruto.
Okay, so I take back my hatred. Go to Summertides.
So personally, I just think that it's just make a stand. And we should also
stand on business.
We should also make a stand and stand on business. So don't pick and choose. When you're picking and choosing, then you're very confusing. Because it means that for you, it's just whenever it's convenient.
Huna msimamo. Juu chini kama tupia malaya. I mean.
Hata malaya manajua kuna msimamo kidogo. So
lakini tupi yake
hiyo ndio ina lakini yeye.
Do you know my assistant here, Julia, I keep shocking her every time she keeps telling me, "Sikujui."
You're getting new depth. Then the other problem I have is something that is just fundamental respect. Like personally, I respect Chipukizi so much because Chipukizi came out and said, "Listen, Mimi, I'm working with the government. I support this government because of X, Y, Z, and this, that." I'm like, also, isn't that his right though? You know,
people have a right to their opinion.
There you go. So imagine now me coming and saying that cancel Chipukizi.
It's so
okay, Mimi, if I don't, I'll don't interact. I move on. But then imagine now Mimi going extra saying cancel Chipukizi.
I think Chipukizi should not eat. Chipukizi should not make money.
Why why? So my opinion, then we should also allow people to have different opinions.
Yes.
If tomorrow, sure, you come and say you're team two-term and you have your reason to be two-term, imagine
we can sit and still have a conversation.
No, please. Nikuje niseme two-term. Please. Come and rescue me.
I know.
I am being held against my will.
Do you know? I don't know whether you watched the latest Dave Chappelle.
Safe word?
Hey, please.
You watched the Dave Chappelle special?
Yes, I did.
When he's like the safe word, and then by end of it, he says, what was the safe word?
Israel. Oh, forgot it.
This is why I say Dave Chappelle is the goat.
I stand with Israel. Oh, yes.
Dave Chappelle is the goat for that. For me, the only person I would say is a better comedian and is the late, great Richard Pryor.
Everyone says that.
Yes.
Yeah, but for my generation,
I've never always be Dave Chappelle
for sure.
Dave Chappelle is, he's a master storyteller.
He is.
And mic drop. I feel like for me that was just,
And then he's also a troll.
Yes.
He's a Mchokozi.
And also the fact that he has courage to go and talk about things that no one would touch because they fear getting cancelled. For me, I have so much respect for that. Because at the core of art, man, we have to allow expression. We genuinely have to. So Mimi, your mambo, your intolerance, and I'd always speak against it. Because that's how it gets to a point where just because someone got a tattoo of Ruto, they get banned.
That's bullshit.
You know now, that's a level of intolerance. Listen, bruh. Mimi, I'm team one term, and I give my reasons every day.
Yeah.
But I would never despise someone for being Team Tutam.
Because they have their reasons.
True.
Bro, we had our last live show in Eldoret, and there was one guy in the audience who was Team Tutam, and we were like, no, give him the mic. Let's engage the guy.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm Team Tutam till I finish building my
House. So he has, I think he has a government project.
Hey, I
It's
respect
not even him,
that.
it's his best friend who said that. It was like, by the way,
This one is one tab. He just wants to finish
but he
his
has some
project.
projects with government. Akimaliza kujenga and
You know what? Come on, by the way, even me, if I had projects, come on, I have apartments, I build mahali.
You sing the praises.
But
What will you do?
I'll do tab because and he hears. I think then this is
You
why,
will.
this is why I keep like telling Kenyans that just because a politician has given you money, that doesn't mean that he has bought your vote.
Yeah.
Please take that money
And go about
because you end up
yours.
you go to the polling booth by yourself. You don't know what you're voting for. So that's why I'm not gonna hate. I'm never gonna hate on a Kenyan who's going to receive a 300 bob from someone because people have no idea the level of poverty people living in this country.
True.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Just the other week I was in Samburu. It's
I saw that on
insane.
Ateno's stories. The trip looked really nice.
I know, but Atieno is a content creator. I learned things. When I was in class, that girl was putting her phone on the floor and then she walks over it. I'm like, wow. Sijawai create content. Like, she's also such a fun babe to hang out with.
Yeah, she's so cool.
And then also, then she walks out. I was walking behind her. She was wearing one of those backlets, deras. And then I'm never wearing mine. Because I've seen how those things are supposed to look like.
Oh,
Her back
Nateno's
is
body.
like
Sculpted. Literally, imechongwa.
I was like, ooh. I was standing behind her and I had nothing straight to say.
Hey!
Nothing heterosexual. I was like, wow, madam.
You're becoming a man.
I was like, why are you gay?
You're asking her, why are you gay?
I was no better than a man. You know?
Can you imagine standing behind someone and ukote, why are you gay? And they've said nothing.
mad.
You are gay.
Yeah, you are gay. But you are gay.
Yeah, but back to Samburu, I think one of the things I noticed, and even when you go to coast, right? The beach. We all go to the beach and we have fun.
Kunda tu ingia huko
Ingia
ndani,
ndani,
yeah.
not even 5 minutes. You will see people existing in a level of poverty that is, something that is inconceivable to those of us that grew up in urban areas. When I went to Samburu, the people are living there, and it's the same Kenya under the same president, right? And so then, when I understand the urge to cancel people for saying two-term, I get it. I understand the urge because you're like, you must hate this country. But then also you understand that every person's reality is so uniquely different. And so then, like, when we come back now to the idea of accepting people's differing opinions for that reason. However, for me, the line that I stop at is where your opinion infringes on other people's rights. That's why I have...
So?
Like the manosphere.
What is manosphere?
Like the Andrew Tates of the world.
Okay, yeah.
That's why I keep saying I feel like men need to sit an exam before they're allowed to bear a podcast
They
mic.
should start in prison.
Men
work your
only.
way out.
Let me tell you.
To freedom.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Prove why you need to
Bruh.
be integrated in
Let me
normal
tell you,
society.
it's not just men only, man. Because I've also
No, there's
seen clips. I'm like, okay.
There's some girlies out here that
Hey, bro.
they're talking full-on nonsense.
You know, nonsense doesn't pick gender, bro.
That's true.
Nonsense is cuts across.
That's true.
Ujinga ni ujinga.
Ni venye tu sasa uko
Foolishness is not
society yenye,
gendered.
the Andrew Tates and whatever, that is what the society amplifies.
Yeah.
But it cuts across the board. I think a good solution would be just honest conversations. Because when people are able to have honest conversations, it moves us from these slogans, one term, two term, slogans that I don't think necessarily help. It just feels like we're in a society where visibility may lie to like its impact. So people are just...
You just said a word.
But it's not really impact. So...
That was something.
Yeah, nakwanga na buzz. Niki lock in. Lock in. So...
You just said a word.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the biggest question I ask myself is, then how sustainable is outrage?
Yeah.
If outrage remains online and then there's no real political action, then
What's
it's
the
just
point?
another one.
It's noise.
There's no difference between one term, Zakayo, and
Kasongo.
and just outrage. Yeah, we need to take this guy out without real action. Now, real action. Why I'm a big fan of conversations like this is until we're able to get to a point where we can comfortably discuss and say, Mimi, I'm Team 2 term, and these are my reasons.
Yeah.
And Mimi, I'm Team 1 term, and these are my reasons. And we can debate and argue. Then that moves us from the idea of just voting for people. It opens us to the idea of policies. Because when we start discussing why we are saying we are all 1 term, then we realize it's issue-based.
Yeah.
But then if we don't get down to those issues, it just becomes another slogan.
Thing, yeah.
And politicians love slogans because then they don't have to explain anything.
Yeah, the slogans are really and populism. Yeah. Populist politics and slogans really go hand in hand. Because populism is very easy politics. It's a very easy way to do politics.
It's the easiest way because you don't have to be accountable to anything or explain anything. Then we need to sit down and just
say the right things with the right tone to the right people.
That's all.
And you're in.
That's all.
Yeah.
So we have to be able to be like, okay, you're 2 term, me, I'm 1 term, explain our reasons. Then we start discussing issues. You realize that a lot of people now start thinking differently, and that's how we can start electing new leaders. Me now, I'm here 2027. If people don't change
we'll
something,
stuck in the same
we shall be here. We'll be so disappointed.
We'll be stuck in the same cycle.
And honestly, I feel like we need to go back to the root of our problems, and that's why I started doing this series on my social media, basically educating people. When we talk about colonization and how the far-reaching effects are still in our education system, in our constitution. To this day, because let me give you an example how we still have colonial influences in our constitution. The anti-sodomy law. There's no law in Kenya against homosexuality. People think there is. No, it's against sodomy.
Yeah.
And the real law is sexual acts against the order of nature. So what is outlawed in that is head. Giving someone fellatio or cunnilingus is against the law. It's not at same sex. And those are colonial vestiges in our constitution. Look at how we've been educated, for example. Our education was specifically planned. And it was taken from, those schools in America, the vocational colleges that were set up by Booker T. Washington. That exact same the system was actually transplanted to here. We were not meant to be educated to solve problems or to have critical thinking. We were meant to be willing workers to serve the ongoing colonial machine.
Yes.
That's why when you look at our education, when was the first time you sat in a critical thinking class? That was in campus. How many people get to go to campus?
Not many.
That's why, again, these conversations are really important, number one. And not just conversations. I feel like we need to have debates, like the way we see Jubilee-style debates.
I love those debates.
I love watching Jubilee. One of the channels that I love watching especially is a channel on YouTube called Rationality Rules. I highly, highly, highly recommend Rationality Rules because it breaks down how people argue, and it also helps you how to craft a coherent argument yourself. Right? And I completely agree. And I'm so pro the idea that education happens outside the classroom, not within. That's why when you see countries like Finland that has the best education system, one among the best education system in the world, Finland, they don't have homework and class ends at 2. Because they also understand that education is outside the classroom. And so then when we start thinking about how we're to move forward as a country, number one is changing how we think, and we were conditioned in our education. A lot of us who did 844 were conditioned into thinking isn't it wild that we sat for exams where we had to list down advantages and disadvantages of colonization? Yeah. Where is there an advantage in colonization for the African?
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. But then now decolonization starts from our education.
And good roads. Bruh.
It's ridiculous.
Great infrastructure.
Where Mr. Sijui nani? Kenya and good roads as an advantage for colonization. Takupiga hedi, bro.
Great infrastructure.
Actually, good roads.
Yeah.
That's why you see president after president coming and thinking that
Barabara is
Barabara
it should be one of his
instead of thinking, first of all, are the people healthy?
Yeah.
What is our child mortality, or what is infant mortality? What is our maternal mortality? We're not taking care of our children, number one. And then even when you go to school, these kids are going to boarding school. What conditions are they under that they're all banning these schools? Kenyan schools, I would not take a dog I hated to a Kenyan boarding school. I would not. Because there's a way those children are being handled in those schools that is insane.
Prisoners. Yeah.
It's insane. Hakuna tofauti between Langata Women's and the average Kenyan boarding school.
Yeah, and all the schools, yeah.
And then also those same kids, they also don't have freedom.
Women maybe want to treat you better because it's just that they don't have freedom.
Yeah. And the same thing, those kids don't have freedom. The same way like a child can get sick and die and mzazi asipigiwe simu to be told your child is sick, come take them to hospital.
And the school doesn't want to be held accountable.
So I think there is such a lack of care, and it's something that we inherited from the colonizer, because the colonizer didn't care about us.
Of course.
Because I mean,
that's the job.
But then now we inherited those values of the colonizer. And then now we are wondering why this country is not working. So we need to get down to basics. Let's stop thinking about roads. Those roads will come if our education system is well set up.
That's the biggest priority.
And then we have universal health care. And we also have benefits for the poorest in society, right? If we go to societies at work, if I lost my job, for instance, or like even I was talking to Julia earlier, because Julia is a mom of 3, right? And there are countries where even though you have an income and you have a job, if your income does not reach a certain threshold, you're going to get benefits from the government. Then one of my best friends is in the United States. She has 4 children and she has 2 jobs, but she still gets something from the state because the state understands that it is expensive to raise children. We don't have that in Africa. At all. If you lose your job, you're fucked. Ni wewe tu na Mungu wako.
Even if you still have your job, you could have a well-paying job,
and
but
still
someone in a family falls sick, you're fucked.
Yeah, that's it. We are all literally one illness away from poverty.
Yeah. True. One problem away.
And that says a lot about a society. A society should be judged by how we treat the children and the poorest in society, not by how many stadiums and how many roads we build. And that's why, like, even when I see Edwin Sifuna coming, and he's very well spoken, but I would want to push him a bit further because there's a lot more that they could be doing, holding this government to account that I don't feel is being done.
Yeah,
I feel that even though a motion could be tabled on the floor of parliament, even though I'm the only one who has that, even though it's thrown out, table
it's okay.
Yeah. But the problem is now that you need a third table. That's a problem.
Yeah, but
they don't have those numbers.
But you see, the thing is, even though someone goes a solo voice on the floor of parliament and says, this is what we need to do, even though I'm booed out of that,
it's okay.
Yeah.
But no one has that courage because from our education system, we are taught how to conform.
Yeah. Professor Wandia says this all the time. We have a thinking problem.
I am so glad you follow Wandia as much as I do.
Love Wandia,
oh my
man.
God.
Because we think about all these issues we have, but if you think critically, we just have a thinking problem.
Yeah.
And the biggest part of it is the education system, because the education system
we have not been taught how to think.
No. Teachers are used to cram and pass exams.
Yeah.
That's all.
Mean score, that's all that matters.
Mean score. So that fundamentally think that has to change. The education system.
Has to change.
Was it Nganga Muigai?
Because the CBC is going to be disastrous.
It's going to be easy.
It already is. Yeah.
Ease.
I mean,
teachers don't even understand what they're supposed to be teaching.
Yeah.
The kids are being taught nonsense. Make wheelbarrows from grass. Who is that helping? Guys.
Make wheelbarrows from grass.
Guys.
But even as we did it for me, I've made bricks. I have shonad shots.
But you see, you can do
I can sew. I can sew.
Yeah.
If your button comes out.
Those are skills.
Yeah.
You can
make a wheelbarrow from grass. Please tell me what we're doing with that.
And someone, I don't know who was saying that. In Kenya, kids are given homework to go make things. Your wheelbarrow from grass. Ama to go write about some crazy things. Countries like Japan and China, after in class, kids are coding. Kids are
making watches.
Toys. So a kid is learning how to make a small car, like a toy car. But then it's a very close replica to what an actual car looks like.
Yeah.
And those are the things that are being sold here for us. Uku sasa, man, umefanya 10 masters, theory. Yani nakwambia hiyo uko nayo kwa kichwa my friend.
Imejaa.
Yani umejaa ngori.
Einstein
Yeah, imejaa tu. But then when it comes to actual skills,
actually it is
bro,
zero.
zero.
Like it's one of those things where those who can't teach. So we're creating a nation of teachers and scholars, but not people who apply, people who think, people who solve problems.
Yeah.
That's why you'll see, like in Kenya, the business scene, for instance, there's not much innovation. You'll just see one person has done a business, it's doing very well. Then other people
Everyone
are like,
else replica.
Tunajenga apartments.
Yeah?
remember the people who bought quail eggs?
Don't remind me.
Oh my
That
God.
was a pandemic in itself.
Can you remember the supermarkets were covered with quail eggs?
That was
Me
a
and my dad used
pandemic.
to laugh in that supermarket because my dad used to find that shit so funny. He used to be like, now look at these people.
Yeah.
Now look at them. Where are they going? Where? Then you say, surely. Surely. So many eggs.
So, but really,
Yeah.
what was that about?
Even malls, there's a time when it was just, we build malls.
Now it's petrol stations.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Eh.
A petrol station with a convenience store. Every
Yes,
corner.
Chaxy man.
Yani kama
Chaxy oil.
yani kuna mtu akipita saizi ona tu kiwanja katika kando ya barabara kule.
Mafuta.
That's why in Nairobi, the amount of commercial retail space outstrips demand.
Yeah.
Supply,
Even
there's so much.
apartments. Because sometimes I'm like, is there such high demand for accommodation in Nairobi? Because these guys who live here, I'm sure they live somewhere.
Trust.
So easy my
But
building
then that's niliongea Mavi, because there's an apartment that, Julia, that place that's built opposite us. As we're building, we're talking, shit, who is going to enter these apartments? They were finished immediately. We're like, oh, that's what kona pesa, by the way.
That's true. Money, I mean, you can see money when you drive around Nairobi or when you just move around, you can see money. It's just that a lot of people are complaining that also things are hard.
No, the economy... This economy is running on very dodgy money.
Yes. And only a handful of people have that
Are getting
money.
access to it.
The economy is... If 2 or 3 people pulled out their stakes in this economy, we're screwed.
Bro, this economy is
That's
that one.
We're built on mud sticks.
This is now hot air. Yeah, it's
You're
built on
dead
mud
ass.
sticks. Literally. Yeah.
Dead
But I
ass.
think, I don't know, man. I'm like very optimistic and I hope that
same.
things change.
Fingers
But I
crossed.
think there's a lot of civic education that has to be done.
What form?
From grassroots, not just at the-
how would you how would you, like, if I was to put you like in charge of Kenyan civic education, how would you then reach people that are outside of the urban areas? How do you reach the people in the coast or Samburu or those Asal areas, Turkana? A lot of people, there are people there who still think Moi is the president.
Let me ask, Kwani, when it comes to voting,
Wazee huko hawana habari?
kuna hiyo ni mbaya. Sasa hao maybe wako tu na dementia. So, because when it comes to voting, ballots zufika.
Yes, zinafika.
Mimi liwalo,
I
zitafika.
still think Mnganga Muigai's solution has to be really considered.
What did you say?
Because ideally, when it comes to governance and everything, the only thing that guides and binds everyone is the constitution.
True.
Yeah.
So, like for instance, maybe here we come from maybe say there's 10 tribes in this room today. All of us have some beliefs here and there. Some people do some practices. But you see, the only thing that binds everyone is the constitution.
Right.
The constitution is the only one in Nezafiki said, okay.
And we have the best constitution in
najua
Africa. I hope you guys know that. Our constitution
almost
is
in the whole
wonderful.
world. It really is.
It's only that we have people that keep trying to pass amendments. And even when you talk to CJ Maraga, that's one of his major issues, because there are all these constitutional amendments bills.
Every day. This many parts.
And I wish people understood that all these bills that are being passed or pushed through in parliament, these are ways in which the powers that be are corrupting the constitution, and we must not allow it.
So that's why we need. So this is Nganga's solution. Nganga says then there can't be the thing that binds everyone and is supposed to rule everyone that is only understood by less than 1%.
It can't be esoteric
It's like
knowledge.
saying you are a Christian but you don't understand the Bible, you don't understand the history of not even the history, you don't understand who Jesus is. Then wewe ni Kristo gani? Or you can't be a Muslim, you don't even understand Muhammad. You just know the name. So then we don't know what to do because we don't know.
Yeah.
So this constitution first should be available in all languages.
Yes.
So that in whatever language that you can read, as long as it's a Kenyan language, it should be available.
understand.
Then secondly, it should be something that is compulsory to study in school.
Yes.
So you're raising...
Civics.
So because then there's so many things in civic education that we can avoid. So kids should study this, and it should be something that is a common unit, so that everyone, regardless of where you study,
You know.
Yeah, because
So-
it's shocking that they know the anthem of the East African
Even
community.
me, I discovered there's an East African community.
Yeah, the kids are singing it. They sing
I didn't
Mungu,
even
they
know.
finish, and then they start the next one, and
Yeah.
you're like,
Oh,
But even we had common units here. Sijui kama HIV and AIDS was a unit that was a common unit.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
studied
yeah.
that. So, because then what happens? You are raising kids who, number one, fully understand every single role of every person in government.
but yeah.
So now that kid won't
Can
ask
hold
the
power
MP
to
for
account.
barabara, because that kid knows
Ndio si kazi
si kazi
yake.
MP kufanya barabara, you
Yeah.
know.
lakini kazi ya MP ni ku make sure hii basari anapewa is
Proper.
Yeah.
whether there's the
Kwanza
CDF.
pia CDF si MP pia.
Yeah.
CDF is not the MP's work, but then they need money somehow. So they make
It was
the laws
co-opted.
in parliament. It was cooperated, but it's not their responsibility.
Yeah.
So when you raise kids who fully understand how the constitution works, how budgeting should be done, if you're borrowing, you can't borrow past this. And when you borrow, so those things which we're calling civic education, you raise a populace that understands it fully. Then you can't fool them.
Yeah.
So, and then those are the people who, when it comes to accountability, will become so easy because they know 100% what
Full
needs to be done.
understanding.
So they're not implementing it because they know that the more people become politically aware, then it becomes harder for them to rule and govern.
To move in impunity.
They can't move in impunity anymore.
Yeah.
So I think that's a nice basis.
A knowledgeable populace is very scary to people who want to push us into
Look at Gen
dictatorship.
Z.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do you think they're being termed as hard-headed?
You need to control your children. You know,
Children, they're paying taxes. Which children?
Also, I want people to understand and to pay really close attention to the language that your politicians are using.
Yeah.
There's the language of dictatorship, the language of despots. There's a very paternalistic way that politicians are speaking to people right now. Oh, you know, these children. Said children are people over 20.
Yeah.
People who are registered voters. But these are children. Because it is very important for this movement to be infantilized so that it's
deemed as nothing.
It's deemed as nothing. And also, there's even this thing of terming this movement as a Gen Z movement is a way also to force intergenerational.
Yeah. Kwani like Gen Z ndo tu tunashika hii country.
That's why now you'll see randomly, like on Twitter, you'll see randomly people saying, oh, shida na nyinyi millennials. And I'm like, can we stop doing that, bro? This is not what we need to be doing right now.
No, I think-
Pay attention to the language that your politicians are using.
I think it's because also right now, you know, the whole tribalist thing, like people are stepping away from being tribalistic.
Yeah.
So now they're looking for another
A new
tactic.
to
so now
divide.
it's generational because you'll always look at Gen Zs as kids. Like they'll forever.
They'll always be kids.
Regardless of what they do.
Never mind that the oldest Gen Z is turning 30 this year.
Bro. But also even the tribe is still a thing. I mean, they're using it now. What is Gashago doing?
Yeah, I mean, of
Okay,
True.
even now as they form their coalitions, they're telling you that they know the patterns of voting, they know how many registered voters come from what clans, and that's how they're forming their coalitions. So the basis of how government is formed in Kenya is tribal.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you think that our politics are inherently tribal, or is it the politicians that have created a tribal arena of
It's
politics?
inherently. Because, okay, let's see, we get independence in 63, right?
Yeah.
Then in 65 or 66, the first Limuru conference happens, right? And so this, they decided they wanted to centralize power around Kenyatta because Jaramogi was becoming a threat.
It was becoming
So
a
they
problem.
decided instead of having one deputy, we're going to create provinces and have 8. So then you weaken his influence.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then Jaramogi resigns because at some point Jaramogi, and he says it openly, like, bro, me
What am
niko in
I- why
office
am I
nasipatiwi
here?
kazi.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
Because he said that he refused to draw a salary and there's nothing.
yeah, and there's nothing that I'm doing because they were like, they took all the power away from him slowly, you know.
Yeah.
Then in 75, I think so, the second one happens.
Yes.
Because they realize...
after JM Kariuki's death.
Yes. And also Kenyatta is getting older. So succession politics
Are starting to happen.
So then the Kikuyu decide that because Moi as the deputy was automatically supposed to just become
President
president
as per the
as per
constitution.
the constitution at the time.
But then there was the Kikuyu mafia that were doing the things.
So
to
they
the
meet
side.
Limuru again because they want to change it. But then they didn't succeed in that.
Because
then
Charles Jonjo as Attorney General was like, not on my
happening.
watch.
but even him, he had his interests. So
Yes,
already,
of
even
course.
from back then, the tribal lines were
Always drawn.
69 when Kenyatta goes to Kisumu and then is exiled at
After Tom Mboya's assassination.
Tom Mboya. So the tribal thing has always been there, and that's why Uhuru and Ruto lied to everyone after Hague that they're going to end tribalism because they're saying the two tribes that have been
Can
fighting.
you remember they were walking with rolled up shirts and holding hands?
Matching
with the matching ties.
red ties. Do you remember in college jackets
Don't
dancing with
remind
FBI
me.
in college jackets?
I remember when they were dabbing.
Yeah.
We've seen things.
So it's you can trace it.
You Toto Yote, yes.
Bro, think about how many presidents that have ruled the country. Two tribes ever since.
Ever
So
since, when you think
been
about
there.
it.
It's been there.
And of course there's always going to be people, the real center of power, because also one thing that people need to understand is that the people who you think are in power are not actually the ones who are in power.
Yeah.
All right, the people who decide who are going to be in power,
powers
and that's why
that be.
again that it goes back to it's looking like there are only two tribes that are allowed to be in power in this country, right? And that's why you'll see. The late, I can't believe that we're saying the late Raila Odinga.
Yeah.
To this day, me, I'm like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
So
bro?
crazy, man.
Like Raila went.
Mm.
Damn, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. Because me, I voted for Raila since 2007, bro.
Wow.
And it was that time when my mom had stopped talking to me. She was like, wait,
Yeah.
Raila, guy, Raila.
Ushawi.
Ushawi. See, Ushawi ni maobi. Yeah, but I feel that when people say that politics are inherently tribal, I don't believe that's the case. I believe that was another way that the colonizer decided, like, let's keep these people divided
Apart.
so that the extraction machinery can continue even after the appearance of independence.
Yeah.
Because I don't like to say we gained independence because we did
We're
not.
not.
Because when we think about it, even like all the major crops that we produce, like coffee, tea, or whatever, we are not producers of like high. We give them the beans and then now they sell
give
back
them the
the
crude.
product, and then they sell back the products. So they get, like you said, we sell them the crude and then they sell back to us the finished product, and that is by design, and that's why Africa continues to be the way it is. Whereas wars are consistently being chochewed because the extraction machinery has to continue.
Yeah.
That's why the DRC will never be allowed to have peace because
The
they
richest
are
country in the
People
entire
are
world.
benefiting.
Yeah.
It has to
Imagine
be that
DRC is
way.
the single most richest country in the entire world in
Can
terms
you
of
imagine?
natural
natural
resources.
resources.
Can you imagine?
They
Number
have
one.
cobalt. They have
Look at
uranium.
Look at
Diamonds.
them.
The diamonds, gold. First of all, let's not talk about diamonds because that's all De Beers industrial. De Beers is the one that
Controls the diamond industry.
diamonds are actually not as rare as you think.
But you see, that's why the only way to do it is what the Sahel region countries are doing. You just forcefully
Divesting.
kick off the colonizer and then you
And you
begin
figure
from
your
scratch.
own
So
way.
the Malis, Niger, Burkina Faso, because there's really no other way. The leaders in place are just all puppets of the West.
Yes.
Most of them. You think decisions are made here? Some are made here. Most of them are made here. But the key ones are not made here. So then how are you truly independent?
Yeah.
So the only way is literally kick off these guys. Okay, tell me which other way that works.
No, there's not
It's the only way, but it's
Regardless
easier.
of who you vote in, it'll just be another nicer Ruto or a worse Ruto.
Yeah.
But all of them will be Rutos.
No, true.
No, we need to stop voting in house niggas that want to go shack and nani for massa. Hey, massa, eyes over here, massa. What you need, massa? Imagine that's what I see every time I see. Like now he's at the G7 summit. After people
Oh,
refuse to go.
Give her the
where
update.
he is.
So, Uhuru, what was the update?
Give us
Marvin,
updates.
Yeah, I still have it. Let me
Yeah, the summary.
And the worst thing is that people now are talking about the conversation online is, let's give our first lady better clothes. That's not what we should be talking about, guys. Me, I don't care if that
Right.
woman wears a kamisi over her
What
dress.
a-
I don't care.
Yeah.
This is what Morara was saying, that he'd move around and you ask the guys in the village, okay, so what are the immediate problems that we need to address as a community? Then mama wa kwanza anakuja anasema, sasa sisi kwa SDS jini hatuna uniform. Naambia wewe bana. But also that's the voter profile, especially in the village. That's how they think. And the MPs know that, so they don't have to do anything as long as they
Yeah.
come for
Give
all
them money.
But then,
funerals.
so then how do we hack the voter profile? How do we like there you said? How do we take
Education.
Why do we take the what's the word?
Civic education.
Me, I'm very much in perimenopause, so words disappear.
Hey, perimenopause.
It will come back when we're in the middle of another sentence.
Let's go to
For Ruto, he's been to 84 countries since his 1,000 days stay as a president here in Kenya. Kibaki, in 10 years, did only 33 trips. Kenyatta did 151 trips in 10 years.
And our Nini flying mantis has done 80. He's done 80. He's done Anapa. So he's done 84 countries in 1,000 days.
1,000 days.
And so now he's maybe 90 plus. Yeah.
Flying mantis is wild.
That has just changed my brain chemistry.
Yeah.
Flying mantis.
See, they said that's not an original
his
joke.
wife is praying.
Someone said the wife is
The
praying mantis, and then it was the flying mantis. I'm like,
And what is
I mean, fits the
see,
bill.
the praying mantis came when she said she was praying for a black spot. You remember there's a black spot. To collect badla mo expand barabara mweke climbing lanes. You're praying for it's a blind spot.
me? I'm going to say this, and people are going to call me all kinds of demons and witches.
No, see.
And I don't care. But I'll tell you, the day Africa will progress is when we all deconstruct from that religion.
That's true.
Because that religion is literally, we're being distracted. We're being stolen from, guys.
Yeah.
Professor Wandia said the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Religion is a big scam. It's a way to rule and govern people.
Yeah.
That's why Karl Marx said it's an opiate of the masses.
And sasa simunaona alienda akalia akaomba wakampatia kura.
And also, have you noticed that a lot of these places that either socialists or communists, there's also not much religion.
No.
They don't have a lot of
I think capitalism is also driven by Abrahamic religions for real. For real.
Yeah. I'm honestly imagine I'm not like anti-capitalism kabisa.
Yeah,
I feel like capitalism is a nice system, but the problem is governance.
Yep.
Because think about.
But I feel like capitalism is so inherently extractive that there's no good governance that can drive capital. I think good capitalistic governance, I think that term itself is an oxymoron.
I think
Yeah.
So, I think if you're I'm all for the idea of free markets because I think that fundamentally incentives help solve a lot of problems we have as a society. So I'd want that incentive to stay there, but then let's have a proper government and policies that keep things in check. The problem is just that you have now capitalism without proper policies. Now you have people like Elon Musk who are trillionaires. And listen, bro, Mimi, when you look at what SpaceX is doing and Nini, I'm not too pressed about being a trillionaire, to be very honest.
I'm heavily pressed.
You're heavily, I get it.
I actually believe that the idea of billionaires and trillionaires in a world where there's such
Abject
universal
poverty.
hunger, I feel the existence of billionaires and trillionaires in such a world is obscene.
But don't you see, I feel like hunger and such things, I don't think I'd blame that on an individual who decided to build rockets and then by virtue of the value of that.
I mean,
because
it's more
just a
my
government.
issue is with the system
more
rather than with...
systemic.
No, my issue is with the system that allows people to hoard such wealth and at the
that's what I'm saying.
expense of
The issue
other
is
people.
we just make better policies.
It's hoarding. And then
Because-
also, I don't understand how in America, for instance, Elon Musk pays the same amount of tax as someone who makes $180,000 a year. That is insanity to me.
Because that's what I'm telling you, the policies allow you to get tax breaks when you do certain things.
Yeah.
I just believe
Tax the
if we had,
rich.
because of course they need to be taxed. That's what I'm saying.
Thrice.
Because okay, if you think about maybe even bring it home here,
If
right?
I'm paying 40% of my salary, why aren't those people paying 40% of their income?
Because the government doesn't have the right policies.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not too mad about the idea of, listen, if you're able to find a cure for cancer now, listen, you can make as much money as possible. Because then that incentive is why science has advanced so much.
But then
it's why
also-
technology has advanced so much.
How can I become a billionaire from finding the cure for cancer? That means then if I've become a billionaire because of I found the cure for cancer, it means then I have sold it at a price.
No, I think the patent, I think if you own that patent
own the
of
patent,
whatever
yeah.
the cure is, it's just like your IP.
Yeah.
For maybe
I feel like
for
some
us.
things like cures for cancer should not be sold. They should be free.
So, but then finding it
Your
is
hard
not
work
free.
so goes that way.
Do you know how much? Think about how much.
No, me, I'm such a socialist. It's insane.
I know. But then I'm like, now let's be realistic. Because also,
In fact, I might be
'Cause also-
slightly ujama. Like I'm
Yeah.
next door to
Just
one.
the
Socialism now
honestly.
is that it's there, let people get cured. That's as far as my
Yeah.
socialism
that's
goes.
maybe I'm like, if I
feel
look
like-
at the perks of capitalism, imagine a capitalistic system, but
Yeah.
where we have the right policies and then we don't have corruption and
It
things.
works for
it
everyone.
works perfectly.
Yeah.
But that's assuming that that's taking away that human beings are inherently greedy.
But
We're
That's
taking
what I'm
away.
saying. In a world
so that's what
where-
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't mind you. You want to be greedy. You be greedy, but greedy with your own things that you've earned
for
rightfully.
yourself.
Yeah.
So that the policies in place don't allow you to be corrupt and get government favors in the names of tenders and
Right.
whatnot. But I'm not mad at the person who is genuinely trying
Worked.
to make a flying car that I could get in and be in Mombasa in 10 minutes. I don't mind that.
But I find it very shocking that we're in 2026 and we still don't have flying
We
cars.
have. China have flying
Well,
cars.
but first of all, I need to go to China because I was told China is like a different. It's
Yes,
like
in a
being
whole
in
different
space.
era. Yeah.
It's like space.
Bro, if
Yeah.
you go on YouTube and look
Guys,
at
yeah,
China,
China.
yeah, if you go
Yeah.
on YouTube, so you see now I'm not mad at things like those.
Yeah.
But then just make sure that we have the right policies and the government is doing their job. Everyone has free universal healthcare. Education is completely free and
Yeah.
it's as per standard.
And it's
Just do your job as the government, and I
Done.
promise you, the people will
Everything
take care
else
of
works
everything.
itself.
But then also if you're pro universal healthcare and education, then I don't think you can call yourself a capitalist. Because people think because there are two capitalist things that believes that things like education and healthcare should be sold.
Yeah, I mean that's why that's what I'm saying. I'm not mad at capitalism, but I'm not calling myself a capitalist. I'm not
Yeah.
mad at the idea of that incentive.
I mean, you can see you can see the benefits in like for
Too
instance,
many benefits.
like in a free. I mean, I understand the benefits in
markets.
free markets,
Yeah.
but in a situation where we have the World Trade Organization that has policies that finilia Africa and
Yeah.
the global South,
that's
Now
what I'm
that's
saying.
where we're
are we
saying
truly?
if-
Then is it truly a free market?
No, that's what I'm saying. We correct the policies
Yeah.
because also we are the people who allow these policies to be in place.
Yes.
Correct the policies, let people do their thing.
And do away
Because
with
you can't tell me-
organizations like the IMF and the World Bank. I'm
you
sorry.
can't- cause-
Real.
Because be honest.
Because you've seen
someone-
what the IMF have gone to do in Nigeria.
What's going on?
Let me pull out my phone
Yeah, let me
because
see.
I
Show me that.
I retweeted it because I could not believe it. Because I'm like, wow,
shocked
we're all
me.
doing the same thing. Just
Also-
same script, different cast. Wow, okay.
If someone is able to make a TikTok and get everyone on it, me, I'm not mad at you making your money.
Yeah.
Yeah, make your
make your
points.
money.
Like from your own. But I think my issue with the idea of a billionaire is I feel like if you've made $1 billion, there has been some fuckery afoot somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, for sometimes,
There's been some small fuckery.
but everyone has some small fuckery. It's just the levels are different. Everyone has some small
Yeah.
fuckery. The levels are just different.
Levels of like I mean, there's levels to this SpaceX nigga who also went to the like I don't understand how we can celebrate someone getting to the level of a trillionaire while under that Doge thing he cut funding that has been single-handedly responsible for the deaths of more than 100,000 children. That is insane to me. That is insanity.
But also maybe there's
There's the small
But also
fuckery.
maybe from not play devil's advocate, but I'd see why the government there would be like, okay, and what else are these guys doing? So, I mean, it's hypocritical because they'll say they're saving money, but still spend 300 billion on a war.
It's crazy.
So then you're like,
I mean, all that money,
are we really saving?
All that money has to be saved because of the American industrial military. I mean,
True.
how big is the American military? It's bigger than the next 20 countries combined. That's how big that's.
Bruh, and the Persians walionyesha dust bad. So that's why I'm like,
God bless Iran.
Yeah.
Sana ongea hivi na nataka hivi saa ya kwenda
Too
America.
late.
You don't have one?
Mine ran out. I want to apply for a new one.
Good luck.
The tweet here, Nigeria.
Oh God,
Good
you know
luck.
me have ADHD.
Hapana, you too need dementia.
You know, this is ageism.
Dead ass.
Nikuja hapa kutukanwa kama mwanamke mkongwe.
Unakuta hapa kutukana kama mwanamke mkongwe.
Mwanamke mkongwe.
No, thank you.
You go there, you reach my age.
No, thank you.
Hey,
wait
kama
to-
chakula ya farasi.
No.
You wait to reach my age. You see how the youth will start threatening you with a good time. Wow.
Akina Randy hao.
Remind me to delete all social media on my 39th birthday.
That's a lie.
Thanks.
You will
need
never. In fact, I know you will be somewhere on a road trip across America.
That part. Wait, I think I've found something.
Uh-huh.
It says IMF asks federal government to impose fuel
That one.
and telecom taxes in Nigeria
Yes.
as part of broader measure to increase government revenue.
Yes.
But guess why it has to get to that point? Because the leaders there are just greedy. They took
Yeah.
all that money and put it somewhere else.
And that's why I completely agree with Omtata's, this idea of odious debt.
Yes.
I don't understand why you should be paying odious debt, especially if it's money that was borrowed and then went directly into someone's pocket.
Yeah.
Like,
or
what
up
does that
someone's
even
nose.
mean?
You know.
But then the president got in after a lot of pressure with the Mandamano, promised that they'd audit our public debt. Of course, we know they will never do it. Because
Yeah.
now if you audit a debt, it exposes where the money went.
Yeah.
And legally, then we'll ask you, then follow the money.
And then also, we can't expect the thieves to audit themselves.
Did you
also.
see what
Bro.
Ruto said to the Auditor General? I was shocked.
But then,
What did he say?
that babe.
I was-
Mrs. Nancy Gazongo, by the way, deserves all her flowers. How she's doing her job.
What did
She's
Ruto
saying
say?
this is all happening.
Yeah.
What
And
did
also,
you
she
say?
can't lie
Yeah.
on oath.
Yeah.
What did
Did you say like she was mad or something? There
I
was-
mean, I'm not surprised.
I was like, what?
That's what I'm saying. If you keep voting for a regime that keeps oppressing you, then you are the problem. So
Yeah.
we should have a bigger conversation on we as the voters, because this is the only solution out now.
Yeah, we need to take ourselves out of that helpless way of thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, sasa tufanye nini?
Tufanya nini na uko na bro?
And also this idea of Kenyans, and this also still comes from this religion of ours.
Yeah.
We're all waiting for a savior. Instead of coming to that
figuring it
realization
out.
that change starts from you,
Yep.
within you. Who am I voting for? How am I running things in my house? What am I accepting? What am I accepting from my local MCA?
Yeah.
Who is my local MCA? Do you know who your MCA is?
Forget even you say, do you know your chief?
Like your area chief, your sub chief.
Yeah.
Like,
Unamjua.
so that if you have issues with your husband or your wife in the house,
You know
who are
where
you going to go and
go.
see?
Yeah.
Let's start from there.
Siku hizi si wanaenda kuona ghost kwa simu.
ChatGPT.
Patanisho is my Chaxy, please.
that keeps telling you you're absolutely right.
Right.
Yeah.
That is such a great thought. You know,
my friend.
do you know, even me, I've gotten ChatGPT ass messages. I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
Are you asking me out on a date using ChatGPT? Can you be very serious?
Kwani how hard is it
To
asking
ask
out
someone
for
to go
a date?
on a
Mpaka
date.
ChatGPT, like how
Me,
should I?
I was told personally, that me as CIRU, it's very hard to ask me on a date because I'm a very scary woman. I don't understand where people get that impression
Scary.
from.
Really?
I'm so
Scary is a
nice.
harsh
Figure out
word.
kitambo. What do you know? Why you
Me,
beating?
me, don't me. I'm only from Nyeri by name. Me, I have
Hey,
never-
okay, that's all you should have said.
Yeah, people decide I'm a scary person, and I don't know why. Do you guys think I'm scary? You guys have spent the better part of 2 hours with me.
That's so lovely,
Yeah.
like approachable.
You see, ask me out on dates. But
Gen Z,
but have money.
Gen Z.
Yeah,
money.
Gen Z, please.
cut off point.
Let me tell you, this is my rule. Because if I'm old enough to be your mother, I can't. If you could
You
have...
said you're 41 now?
I'm 44.
Okay.
If you could possibly have come out of my vagina, I'm not letting you inside it. I am sorry.
Woo!
Those are my rules.
Hey, bars, but hey. Mimi na feel maybe you should change your rules kidogo.
Maybe the rule may change when I'm 50. I'll be over here. But I've noticed the older the girlies get, the younger their boyfriends.
I mean, I just know one public. Hey,
Umeteka sana. Hebu tuambie.
Wait, Jules nyamaza.
Jules apatiwe, unajua kuna mics nyingi kama the notice, kuna mics everywhere. Yeah.
So kunayo is what you are saying.
Let me tell you, if there's anyone who knows all my tea, is my Julia.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's wonderful. I love her deep.
That's nice. Yeah. I also saw you started dancing as a hobby.
I actually started dancing as a hobby.
Yeah.
One of the things that I realized, especially coming out of like the haze of grief that I was in, is going outside, touching grass. You know, when you tell someone, go outside and touch grass. Yeah. Imagine touching grass is very... Imagine go outside and do this. So, and then also another thing, I had tried working out. Me exercise. Kwanza, those people that leave the house at 5 a.m. to go and run. Why are you running?
Running away from being unfit.
Why are you but wait.
You see, that is something I didn't understand. Or going to the gym, lifting, like I did CrossFit. Although there was a point I started enjoying CrossFit because I'm a very competitive person. Then I got injured. But then now when I started dancing, I found myself in a situation where like it's been 2 hours and I've been moving nonstop. Nasichoki. So I was like, I want other people to feel this. Yeah. Utamu. And so then now that's when I hooked up with Gizendu. And first of all, he taught me a routine. And I've always thought that, I was like, have you ever seen Ombachi dancing? I thought me and Ombachi
Caliph Cairo. Yeah.
Even Caliph can't dance.
You've never seen Caliph dance?
Oh yeah.
Caliph dances like he's about to get a seizure.
Oh no.
Like,
but then how was that guy? Like,
how is he?
Part of me just wants to root for him. I don't know why. Like,
I spoke to him yesterday, I think. Yeah.
I hope he's on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, he's okay. He's more focused on his aviation now. He just got his commercial license.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Very soon it could be.
He could be in the air now. Yes. Like now he'll get jobs like flying
commercially.
Yeah, that's really dope. Yeah, so for me, I was like, this man has taught me how to dance. I have done a whole routine, and then also there's the dopamine that comes when you've like learned a new skill.
Yeah.
So for me, whenever I complete a skill, there's such a rush of dopamine. I feel so good about myself. And I was like, let me help other people feel this way. So I was like, okay, Kujani, come. And I've always, like, my brand has always been such an approachable brand. I've never been that chick for, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. So people have always been coming up to me, telling me their things. So even like, in fact, one of the things that I should tell you guys, and it's the first place that I'm going to announce it, season 2 of Undiscovered Podcast is finally happening.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Solo or you got someone else?
Solo.
Which is
Solo.
okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Bro, so ni monologues too.
Not monologues. It's going to be an interview show. We're going to be interviewing a bunch of people.
I like that.
Even I want to have you guys on my couch as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So
pull up.
So there's a lot of stuff that I'm working on. It's taken 2 years because also just the idea of starting it again without Charlie was really hard. But I think I've gotten to a place where I also know that you'd have wanted me to continue.
Yeah.
Because Charlie was my number one cheerleader. He was always like pushing me to do things, pushing me to enjoy life. And so now that I've taken these 2 years out to kind of get my head back together, now it's go time.
It's go time.
Congrats, man.
Wait, speaking of, you've mentioned about weight loss.
Yeah.
What I saw the whole discourse on guys in your comments talking about why you taking the shots. Have you researched about it? What pushed you to actually start?
What shots?
I was on a GLP-1. I was on Munjaro. I worked with Nairobi Bariatric for that. And I think...
What are those things you just said?
Ozempic.
Ozempic
lines.
Okay.
the shots. These are to lose weight.
Okay.
First, at the end of 2022, I weighed almost 100 kgs. So I remember a friend of mine told
Kanda
me...
makadogo.
Hey. Someone told me, "Guy Shiro, you know you're 0.1 tons." I was shook.
Hey, mpaka unaambia kilo zako na tons.
And you know the math was correct.
Yeah.
The math was, I was 10% of a ton, guys.
Damn.
So I was like, okay, no, that had to. So then I went on the gastric balloon. I lost a bunch of weight. And then Charlie passed away, right? So the first few weeks of grief were awful. Like I was not eating, I was not sleeping. So I lost a great deal of weight. I think at my latest there I was like 62 kilos. I looked bad. And that's when I knew I was not supposed to be that weight. I looked like me have a long face. It's not supposed to be thin. It starts looking a bit horsey.
The horse keeps it keeps coming back.
And so then when I got my appetite back, I was really eating my feelings. So my weight started keeping. Now I was heading towards 90 kgs. I was like, my blood pressure was high. Oof. You know, again, I'm no spring chicken. I'm a hen. A broiler. I don't know what the fuck I am. Anyway, so I started gaining weight. And so then I was like, no, this cannot be happening. My joints are starting to hurt. My blood pressure was
when
up.
it gets that level, man.
Yeah.
Bad.
That's
So
scary.
I was like, okay, let me now try the GLP-1 shot. Now, my issue with the people who have issues with people taking Mounjaro and Ozempic is this idea. People think that being overweight is almost like a moral failing. You're greedy.
Wanapenda
This is
kukula.
the greed we read about in the Bible. You know, like there's something morally wrong with you. And so, like for instance, if you had high cholesterol, see, there's medication for high cholesterol, right? You take it and your cholesterol goes down.
Yeah.
So why then are people against people taking medication for being overweight?
Yeah.
It's just a medication like any other. And if it's a medication that is is helping people's quality of life, I have never felt lighter or happier. I couldn't go up a flight of stairs without taking a break. It was a problem. My blood pressure now is the best it's ever been.
Oh, that's good.
My joints don't hurt anymore. I'm happy about myself. I love what I see in the mirror. I mean, there are also these like emotional and mental effects of the weight loss. So I highly recommend it. If you can afford it, do it.
Do you just take it once and then you're sorted for life?
No, I was taking shots every week.
Okay, for how long?
I was on it for 4 months, but then now, because I also have endometriosis, so I had a flare-up of endo, so I had to stop. But then also, another thing I noticed, my endometriosis symptoms also reduced when I lost the weight.
Oh,
My
wow.
period is not as painful as
Oh,
before.
wow.
Yeah. There's so many benefits to losing weight. Another thing people are saying is
How
that
do you maintain the weight now?
I walk a great deal.
Okay, so, but
And
now
ideally-
you're off the shots now?
I've not been on them since December.
Wow.
So, and I've maintained the weight.
Yeah, you look amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I walk a great deal, and I'm also really intentional about what I eat.
Okay.
Diet,
Very
yeah.
intentional. I still eat my potatoes. I don't dinyima also. One of the things that I've noticed that people really struggle with when it comes to dieting, that dieting culture, is that idea of una dinyima good things. Me, I don't dinyima. I just have them in moderation.
Yeah, moderation is
Like
key, man.
instead of having a tub of ice cream, I'll have 2 scoops.
Yeah.
You know? I'm still enjoying my life. But also another thing that really helped is that I no longer drink.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That has really helped. Even with my clarity
So
of
saizi
mind.
unavuta bangi?
I don't know what you're talking.
She's touching grass, Chaxy. She's touching
Yeah,
grass.
lifestyle changes.
Yeah, I touch grass quite frequently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Outside.
Yeah. So lifestyle changes.
I mean, of course, lifestyle
Yeah.
changes. And that will also help with your mental a great deal. And also just like even your friends, keeping a good circle of people around you. Read. Put your phone down once in a while,
Facts.
guys. Put your phone down. Read a book. Like, I've very slowly making my way through my favorite book of all time that I've read many times before. Because I noticed that I had stopped reading and I used to be such a bookworm. But because of social media, I'd gotten to the point where I was like, I can't remember the last time I finished a book. So one of my things this year was I want to read. There's a book that I'm looking for, and as soon as I get it, that is going to be now the 4th book I finished this year. It's called, and I'd read it also years ago. It's called, and you should read it, you guys, actually.
Okay.
It's called How Europe Underdeveloped Africa by Walter Rodney.
Okay.
It's such a good book.
And when unaandika ni kama want a reference. So you can just... Okay, no.
Yeah, so it was...
You know where I'm going.
Actually, that book was so crazy that the author was assassinated
Sour.
in
Really?
1980. He was a Guyanese what's the people who study economics are called?
Economist.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
I was
Got
going
two
to-
apple.
the words are going, bro.
Yeah.
I feel stupid.
But that happens sometimes. Back when I was, I'm a mindo mjinga. Because I'm like, what do you mean? But
just
you know, there's
forgot
moments
about-
when I realize
Yeah.
I'm forgetting a lot of words.
Yeah.
And then it comes back to you in the middle of the night. Now Mkakama Undertaker. Like not the word that I was trying to find earlier was priorities. Imagine.
Priorities, that whole time.
Priorities. That was the word that had gone. Priorities.
So fit it.
Kubaya.
Yeah.
Kubaya, guys.
Oh my
Found it.
gosh. Yes, it's such a good book.
I found it.
It's such a good
Yeah,
book.
Why? She's like literally, this is piracy in action.
Yeah, like I have it on my phone now.
She's pirated that book. You thought that she was getting it on Amazon, MIT, wapi? Nimewasha airdrop.
I got you.
I don't mean my airdrop is on. But then that's how she sends me books. And sometimes I'll be like, hey,
By
auntie.
the way, because he'll trash me for piracy, and then
So I'm not the one who's done it.
Auntie,
Japan.
look for me.
You see,
look
the
for
thing
this
is,
book for me.
His hands are clean.
My
Does
hands
that
are
even
clean.
make any sense?
Me, my hands are clean. Bro, me, I don't know if the guy who built the studio killed someone to build the studio.
You just
But
know
you
that.
benefit.
But
The
you're
studio is there.
inside.
But you'll benefit.
Lie to me.
You're here
Mad.
acting like a baddie.
How?
You Kenyan baddies. We're out here eating corruption money.
Yeah, Kenyan baddies are eating corruption money.
Legit.
Auntie, mbona sisi tunateseka na you and you
Na we ni
Don't be in the
mrembo.
middle of corruption, tafadhali.
We ni mrembo.
Bana.
But you know the thing about being those chicks who like live in that world of sponsors, one of the main characteristics is that you have to be submissive. Me, that's why I don't have
bro,
I could never have a
tutapigana
sponsor. Although normally I'm sponsor age. Normally my sponsor would have to be dead or something. I'd have to have a seance to
Life
connect to the
support.
sponsor.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think for you to have a sponio, the first thing is that you have to be submissive.
Yeah.
I don't think we
I'm
have
not.
that gene.
I'm not.
I'm sorry.
Let me tell you, it depends
It is not
on
our
who.
ministry.
We are skudanganye.
Listen,
The things we've seen her around people she
Hiya,
likes.
she's called that. Let me cater to
Aye.
you.
Relationship
Hey.
and sponsorship is two different things. Me, I don't think right now I'm at the point in my life where someone can tell me I want to see you at 9 and at 9:15 I have to make myself available.
Remember that babe
You're
would,
there with your legs spread.
You get what I
let me
like,
tell
bro.
you. Remember that babe would carry a pan to go make her boyfriend chapati
Never.
some years back.
I remember that story.
That's
Never.
Mariah.
And it's not that she,
Mariah likes you.
and not that she was going a short distance. See the babe alikuwa natoka Nairobi West anaenda Yosayuko.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Kutengeneza chapo.
Me, if a nigga gave me a knife, neza shikia upati ya kukata. Bro, me, I don't know how to hold a knife. don't, please. What am I supposed to do with this? What?
By the, this is the advice. Advice I give
I'm
Galis.
Kiangi.
Advice I give Galis. You don't even know what is
What?
Me, Charlie found out I could cook a full year into a relationship.
As you should.
Cook nicely.
And I throw the fuck down.
As
I'm an
you
excellent
should.
cook. I'm
Don't
an
be
excellent
throwing around
cook.
privileges
Now
like
they
that.
know. Fuck.
No, they can know, but will you do it? Is the real question.
However,
knowing is nice.
we like cook.
Knowing is nice. Will it be
Those
done?
meals need to be a reward for good behavior.
Good behavior ni kuita babe every day.
No.
7 a.m. Kwanza siku hizi unaweza schedule.
Sent to many. Good morning, babe.
Kuita babe 7 times a week. Best behavior. What do you mean?
In fact, only the one advice I'd give these young girls, and I said it on social media, and then people called me a bitter old woman. And it's like, okay, fine, I'm a bitter old woman then, if that's what you say I am. However, the age of being, the era of being, what's the word? Fuck.
That of being a
Of the very available woman, very
pick Misha.
the pick-me-shas. The women,
never had that
the way to move ahead in life is to be very ungovernable. Be as mannerless as possible. Because even the niggas love a mannerless woman. They'll tell me, those men that are calling me miserable in the comments or in my DMs.
Yeah.
Telling me how they want to buy me things.
Haya.
Ooh.
Umeenda
Have they bought
umetoka
you
kwenye
things?
umeenda kupiga dasta.
I saw someone posted. I checked up on this man because it's June mental
Mental health month, yeah.
And then the guy said come to my house so I can tell you, so I can explain to you how I'm doing.
Nigga.
Please.
Please come to my house so I can explain to you.
Napania chapati.
I know your auntie napania chapati.
Even there's another babe.
Kwanza anauliza unga unapendanga dola ama
Kwanza sijaipika chapati.
Kwanza huyo demu wa chapati, that same babe for chapati, she used to cross Nairobi with that pan and a mop because nigga didn't even have a mop in his house.
Huh?
So I'm like, have you gone to see a man or have you gone to babysit? What have you gone to do
I
there?
respect the
You're going to be
commitment.
services.
You're going to be a nanny. What?
That's mad.
Why
are you dating a nigga who doesn't have a mop?
Yani,
Baba mchafu. Yeah.
Sasa if maybe she prefers to clean with her mop.
so she BYOM.
Bring your own mop.
Can we all be serious people here? No, that thing, the word I was looking for earlier was agreeable. The era of the agreeable babe has gone.
Simple words.
Pick Misha.
But then I'm telling you, the words, it's not actually the words that are going Rachmaninoff, Schwarzenegger. No, it's boy.
That's why I'm like, it's the simplest of words.
Pick up.
No, but yeah, what I was trying to tell like the girlies, stop being agreeable. Even me, I suffered most in relationships and was being agreeable, making myself, when the guy says, I want to see you, and I'm like, what time?
Or they cancel the
Never.
date, doesn't bother to reschedule without asking. So when are we meeting again? No. Hey, $50 zianguke. Leprosy. Find me. Siwezi. Yani, leprosy nikute. Siwezi. Wacha vidole zianguke.
Safaricom has gone. And fiber. There's no internet.
Siwezi.
We are back to the Stone Age.
Literally.
And I'm telling you, there'll be an agreeable woman where there's no internet. You'll rate that man a later.
Smoke
I
signal.
swear. Maybe I'm like, I respect the commitment.
Of foolishness.
Yeah.
But even you've experienced a woman just being foolish, anajituma, and even you bebad that girl a bit funny.
Si ndo nasema, sometimes to be bad a bit funny. I like the translation. Remember ufala. That's why I'm like, sometimes it's just admirable how consistent you can be in being stupid and manini. I'm like, I respect that.
And I keep telling girls, you know, girls will be out here complaining, huyu boy alinidanganya. Ukijichunguza.
You did that part by
you
yourself.
did it all
perfectly. Period.
By yourself.
I think you just, hopefully, I don't know, I know it doesn't happen like that, but my hope is you find someone when you don't have to be stupid about. You know, like someone sensible when you see eye to eye. Easy story. Because me, I be hearing stories out here. I'm like, where do you find these weird people?
No, but I will say because I've experienced true love, there's nothing better.
Yeah. Right?
It's wonderful.
Because I'm like, my friend sent me a
when
video.
you're both being stupid for each other together.
That's the part.
It's so
not
nice.
one fool. Both of you need to be dumb.
Okay, define stupid. Like you do what?
That man took care of me, bro. He was so sweet.
Yeah.
Like, when he proposed, he told me, I know you want to choose your own ring. And he knows me so well. That man knew me well. Knew me. And when I say someone being stupid for you, it's someone... It's a difference between someone being afraid to lose you and someone being afraid to hurt you.
Yeah.
Be with someone who's afraid to hurt you. Someone who's afraid to lose you is still going to do fuckery. It's just going to jificha.
Yeah.
But someone who's afraid to hurt you will treat you right. And I think maybe...
real.
In fact, that should be my parting shot.
That's
Just be with
real.
someone who...
He's afraid to hurt you.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's the best way.
But are you open to...
Am I open?
Mm-hmm.
I want to make money. Let me make money.
Anyways,
Whoever comes.
Okay.
I am not anti-relationships. I'm very pro-love. My younger sister is getting married. I am so excited. He's such a good man. So, I'm very pro-love. But right now, I'm very pro-money for myself.
Yeah.
Let me make my money. They say that women make the women are more likely to create successful businesses in their 40s.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at because we really don't give a fuck anymore.
All the best, man.
Yeah.
You got this, girl.
Yeah.
What are you interested in specific industries when it comes to...
No. The industry I'm in is where I belong. But I belong here. But what I want is to create a media house that is rooted in integrity, that is not bought by the powers that be.
Okay.
And where young journalists go and learn the craft of journalism. For me, that's my dream.
Okay.
Yeah.
All the best with that.
And
man.
that's something that I'm in the process of building right now.
got it.
Scared too.
Okay.
You got it.
Sooner rather than later. Senior Jules. Yeah, we're
Hey.
hard
All the
at
best,
work.
man.
We're hard at work.
You got
Yeah.
this.
All right, man. Thank you so much for making time. This is lovely, man.
Honestly.
This was so much fun.
Right?
It was
Imagine
nice.
the vibes.
So
to
much
the show.
fun.
It's just vibes.
No, please invite me back 10 and
Say less. Your vibes
It's
will
done.
invite you back.
and then mkienda maandamano mniite. But then you know me, I don't run.
Yeah,
No, you can. No, you can.
Hey, please.
Okay, let's test
Me, the only
this.
thing I run is my mouth.
That's why we piga maandamano ya hii.
Yeah, I talk shit, I educate the masses, and then also as a parting shot, remember that you and your own personal sphere of influence, you can change the world around you.
Facts.
So if you believe that your form ni one term, tell your parents, tell your friends, tell your cab guy, tell the mtu wa boda boda, tell everybody. I like what you're talking about civic education. Civic education starts with you. You can't talk about civic education if you yourself don't know what is the contents of our constitution. Go and read the constitution. Learn what your rights are as a Kenyan. And then move from there. We are entering a really difficult time as Kenya. This is pivotal.
Yeah.
The decisions we make over the next 2 years will determine like generations to come. So let's make smart decisions, guys. That's all I'm going to say. And please, please register to vote. Please register to vote. And then most people that say, don't do politics. Politics will do you.
Period.
You will be done heavily.
Fanya the sauti. Shiro episode 37. We are
Mic check!
Over 26. This is
the Baga Podcast.
This is the Brunch Club.
Over 26. Welcome back to
The mics are closed.
Now, when you watch it, you'll understand.